caution, nothing.
Hi, babe. How you doing, hon? Hi, mama. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Good to see y'all. Good. Hi, Ninja. How are you? I'm tired of these problems with my system. I'm just done. It's giving me a headache. You sent me a message on Facebook, Urban? I'm sorry, I haven't been on Facebook in a minute. I'll definitely look. Matter of fact, I got plenty of time. I can look now. This is so discouraging. I don't have the patience for technical stuff. I done been to Best Buy twice. They still haven't fixed my problem. Is it in Messenger, Urban? Okay, cool. No, I'm not tired, Ninja. I'm just disappointed. I'm just really disappointed in how things have been going lately. I'm trying to stay upbeat. Can you guys hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat if I sound okay to you. If I'm too loud, let me know. If I'm too soft, let me know. You can hear me? Okay, good. Okay, good. Hi, Carla. Hi, Carla. Yeah, this is just really disappointing, and I don't understand what else to do. I'm not a tech genius, and I feel like chucking it all out the window right now. Uh, okay, Urban, it's low to you, Urban? How is that? Is that better? I've got it up as high as I can go. Thank you, Mama. Hi, it is what it is. Oh, okay, you're almost out of school, Ninja. That's wonderful. Okay, Urban, I don't see anything from you, sweetheart. Did you send it in Messenger on Facebook? Or was it just a post or something like that? Okay, Mama. Hi, Shake the Table. I don't see anything from Urban Media, sweetheart. Um, would it be under a different name? I don't see it. I don't see anything here. And you sent it to Mickey J. Ray? Hi, Forever Lisa. How are you, sweetheart? I, I don't know what to tell you. I gotta go. I'll probably be back later. Okay. Okay, sweetie. Urban Honey, I don't see anything from you, love. Hi, Fonda. How are you, sweetheart? You asked, you know what, Fonda? Didn't you ask me to touch on another subject? I tried to find it in the chat replay from last night, But didn't you ask that maybe we could cover another topic? That was you, right? Oh, no problem. Hi, DN. I'm trying. I am. I am. I'm going to stay positive. That's right. I know. Hi, Shy Towns. How you guys doing? Hi, Lauren C. Recovery. Yes. Why don't we talk about that tonight? I think that was a perfect request. Recovery. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in my it is actually it touches on the subject of tonight. The struggle is real. Yes, we're going to talk about that tonight. Thank you so much for the suggestion, cuz I'm I'm of the mind, yes, I love sitting by his side in the Angie Stone thing. But I am my own person as well. And I know how to read the room. And sometimes God lets things happen for a reason. I can't get in his chat. I mean, I get in his chat, but I can't get up on the panel. And it's really frustrating because I get this bounce back every time. So, I don't have a problem here when I go live. It's just when I go on his. So, hi Jess. How you doing, love? Email. Oh, you did you send an email or do you want my email address? Urban. Because my email address is in my description in on my channel, in the about section. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat for you. I don't mind putting my email in the chat. Let me do that for you. Okay. There you go, Urban. There's my email address. And anyone else that wants to email me, it's right there in the chat for you. I'm liable to get that better than I get Messenger. Hi Victoria. How's it going? I'm so glad to see you guys. Yeah, I've been struggle streaming. I'm not I'm not a novice. You know, went and bought all this equipment, don't know what I'm doing. Oh, all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh about it because if I don't, I'm going to cry. So I'm not going to cry. I done enough of that. I think he tried. You know what, DN? I agree. I he's just really busy. We tried yesterday. He called me just before it was time for him to go up, and it just wasn't enough time for us to resolve the issue. So we didn't get to the bottom of it. I thought I got it fixed yesterday because I ran to Best Buy while he was live. I was driving to Best Buy with my laptop and, excuse me, my microphone. I had everything piled up in the car. And I ran in there and I said, fix it. Y'all did this. Fix it. And we thought it was fixed. But when I went up today, I still had that bounce back. Now, it wasn't as bad, but it was still there. I could hear him twice. He'd ask a question, I'd answer it, and then I'd hear the same question again. And it's confusing, you know. On my part, I can't operate like that. Trying to figure out what he's saying, and actually it's kind of embarrassing. That's what happened on Paperwork Party. And you see how they clowned me about my mic then. I'm not trying to go I don't want to be in that position again. So eventually I'll get it fixed, but it's not, I don't know when it's going to be. I've been on Microsoft Word, or not Word. I've been on Microsoft Chat half the morning. Thank you, Chi-Town. I enjoyed myself with you too. Shoot, you might have to be my co-host. Because I enjoy y'all. I really do. I really do. Maybe that's something we could talk about, you know? Because I love working with people. And when us ladies get together, we are unstoppable. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hi, Mia Fields. How you love? How you love? You know, it's funny that all this is happening when all these other, you know, content creators are dragging us, you know, and this is just one thing that they would probably use. See, she don't know what she doing. What is she? She wasn't nothing until he came on her platform, and now look what look what's happening. But you know, it's all right. No weapon, no weapon. They say what they want. Hi, pool water. How are you, sweetie? Candy bar, my sweet candy bar. I love you. Yeah, but it's gonna be okay. I'm glad to have met all of y'all in all this. I wish I could be involved more, you know, going up on his platform. I wish I could, because I really enjoy that. Detroit in the building. Victoria Morris, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you forever, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, Pool Water, you haven't been here in a while, love. You've missed out on so much. Hi, Millionaires Cove. I said I was going to call you Millionaire because you a millionaire to me. Really dope moments. Auntie, I am a studio engineer. I can try to help you to figure the problems over email, but please don't stop. We love. Thank you. I'd really appreciate any help you could give me. I really would, because I'm tearing what little hair I have. Memphis in the house. Yes, I'm glad y'all found me too. We deserve each other. We all love each other. Memphis, Brittany Lynch in the house. Hi, Diane Allen. I will, Mia. Thank you. Yes, we did, Victoria. Girl, we had a ball, didn't we? Hi, Genova. Man, when that concert was over, I still had it. Oh, man, I went to bed like this, just like this. And my husband, thank God he didn't wake up because I was getting kind of loud in the house. They love me. Hi, they love me. How are you? Yes, you did, Auntie, and I'm claiming it to share with a lot of people. Enjoyed last night. Yes, we had a ball. Dr. Parker. Can I turn the mic up? I've got it up as high as it can go, sweetheart. Let me move it a little bit closer. Is that better? Is that better for you? Satin. There she is, smooth satins in the house. Okay, really dope. I look forward to seeing it. And we will definitely, yeah, we'll definitely exchange emails on that. Yes, we got to do that again. Maybe I can get him to do another concert. We can all jump in there and get our groove on one more time. Move closer. Okay. He thought I was still in the chat, but Dr. Charles let him know you were gone. And now, live, he looked at his time and said he went over, but now he ended his live. Okay. Yeah, I can pull him up. That's no problem. I just can't go into his live. It just, that bounce back is awful. I'm here, got another apartment rent. Wonderful, Black. Wonderful, I'm glad. Deanne says, BS, that's not how this works. Every content creator had to piggyback off of another. Don't believe the hype. You are growing and learning, and the wheel has already been invented. You got this. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you. Well, I am so happy to see you. You guys give me so much encouragement. You really do. And yes, Victoria, we need more concerts. It's just beginning. And you know what? We can have more than Angie Stone concerts. He can make that happen. Maybe we can maybe we can get him to do some D'Angelo for us since they went hand in hand at one point. Literally. Is everybody able to hear me okay? Am I too soft or I got this thing turned up real high. They love me says lost my mom last year and you remind me so much of her with red lipstick. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry to hear of your loss. I'll be that though. Still here getting kiddo to bed. Okay, mama. Thank you for the information. Millionaire said, "Hey mods, fantastic job you guys are doing." Yes, they are. I missed the name that artist lives. I don't get what you're saying, Black. I missed the name that artist lives. I wanted to ask for other artists. Yes, I want other artists too. I love Angie, but I love D'Angelo. I love Lauren Hill. I love Jill Scott. You know, I don't know if I'd go see Lauren Hill because she always late. But I digress. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. I will. I will. So yeah. Oh, okay, Urban. I will definitely. Did you want me to open it up now or later, hun? Remember how we had to go to the doctor's yesterday? Well, she's got a double ear oh no. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, go take care of that. Okay. Oh, Black's talking about the name that artist name that tune lives. I don't know. You know what, Jess? Absolutely. What do you guys think of a 70s, 80s concert? If we can get him to pull that off for us. I started a podcast 12 years ago and had so much fun and met people all over the world. I can give you all kinds of subjects to discuss. Just think outside the box. Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, our topic tonight, at the request of Fonda, let's shout out Fonda Gabriel in the chat. She gave me a suggestion yesterday that I thought was awesome. Recovery. Okay. Ooh, mama, that's terrible. Her temp yesterday was 102. Yeah, get her back to the doctor. Yes, tonight's topic will be recovery. And I just wrote the struggle is real in my topic for the night, but I'm going to actually put recovery in there. Yes, silence. I have been smoking a little less. And I definitely want to quit one day and it's going to take all of God to help me do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's hard. And I've had a lot of recovery situations, but that one right there, I haven't been able to kick it yet, but that's okay. We going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. We are both on antibiotics now and no fevers today. Okay, good. Good. Good to hear. So right now we've got 110 people in the chat. Faith is all we need. Hello, sweetie. Do content creators have a certain time slot they have to squeeze into? It seems like everyone is trying to get on at the same time. You know, I think that is probably the case. People try to get in when the viewership is highest for their demographic. And I just set my time because I set it for 5 p.m. East West Coast time because I wanted the East Coast people to be able to come in. Um, it wasn't necessarily just to get the views. It was, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I just wanted to be fair to all time time slots, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Diane. He sure will. A topic of addiction because it's different types of absolutely Chi Town. I have been there. I have been there. And you know what? I'm glad I don't look like where I've been. Because if I look like where I've been, man. Black Lion says I go on every night, every day, or try at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Here lately I've been waiting till 9 or 9:30. You know you are overcomer, Auntie. Thank you, Fonda. I think to a certain degree we all are. I still want to know if you and Tony figured out the artist and the song is Here I Am. I have not. Oh my God. This is most definitely a Quiet Storm jam. I will put the answer in when Quiet Storm comes in. Would like to know. You know, let me call this man. Oh, didn't he say he had a flight to catch? Uh-oh, he might not make it tonight. Ugh. Let me let me see if I can reach him, okay? I'm going to put you on mute for a second. Put me on mute. Okay, I'm going to give him a moment to read. Feed his canines. Yeah, those are his babies. Those are his babies. Thank you for the heads up because I didn't hear that part. Okay, Urban, let me check your email, sweetie. Okay. I'm going to have to check my junk mail. That seems to be an issue lately, too. Junk mail for Outlook. Okay, hold on, you guys. He's calling me. Hold on just a second. Hold on, Tony. Hello? Okay, I just texted him the link for him to join us. Hi, Orangetta. Orangetta. Hi, protected by God. Mary Bond, Norvis, Sabria, Brittany. I love the fact that y'all are here. Um, Quiet's supposed to be jumping on. I texted him the link. So let's cross our fingers. There he is. There we go. Hello,
You have to
brother
for,
dear.
you have to forgive me. I'm out here with the bad one.
The bad one, huh? Bless your heart. Don't let him drag you too much.
I I wish I wish that wasn't the case. Look at
Oh my goodness. Look at that baby. And he will not leave your side. Hey, but what's his name again?
Drago.
Drago. Drago's a sweetheart. Let us see
He-
the bad one. They said, let us see the bad one.
Oh, they're in the back. No, I they bad.
Yeah.
I just put them down, so
Uh
they're
huh.
taking naps. But
Yeah.
he won't. He stays beside me all the time.
Uh huh. Yeah, you told me about that one. He doesn't like to leave your side at all.
No, he doesn't like to leave my side. He'll have a fit.
Well, I apologize for having to dip out of your live. Once again, I'm
I
having
say, what
issues with my
happened?
mic. My mic is still bouncing back. I don't understand it. It's not as bad, but it's like double.
All
This time the first time it was triple and now it's double.
yeah,
So,
all you got to do is get them to y'all got to excuse me. I'm in my garage because uh I'm with the puppy.
with the
With the
puppies,
puppy.
the puppies.
Yeah. So come here, boy. Come here, man.
It'll get worked out. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It's just frustrating, but
Mm-hmm.
if push come to shove, if I can't jump in your live from my computer, I'll just have to jump on from my iPad, and then, when I go live, I'll go from my computer. See, now you dipped out. Look at, we struggle streaming on both ends. Oh, I'm trying to find Urban's. Okay, Urban, there we go. Urban Media. Hello. Sabrina. Okay. Sabrina, can I call you after the live? Urban, can I call you after the live? Hey, quiet.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, hold
I
on
don't know
just a
what
second.
happened.
Yeah, I don't know. We both struggle streaming. But me
Ooh-wee.
in the chat, we're having a conversation.
Okay.
Tonight we're going to have a conversation about recovery. But it was brought up in the chat by several people that would like to have another concert. And if at all possible, maybe a 70s slash 80s kind of concert with other artists. Is that possible?
Almost definitely.
Okay. Why don't we make that happen?
Yeah,
We can set up a date and
I could do that. I mean, this weekend we could do it this weekend. Matter of fact, yeah, yeah, we're gonna take it back old school this weekend.
okay.
Every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's what we're gonna do is the concerts.
Okay. Um
The only thing about the concerts is that there's no monetization on them.
okay.
That's the
Well,
only
yes,
thing.
we
You don't
could
get flagged
definitely.
for them because they're legal, but it's just that
Right, right. Well, yes, that's something that everybody would love to do. And I think it would be great as well. I mean, because that's our era.
yeah,
That's our
and
era.
so they just got to know that when we do it, um, uh, you know, they'll have to hit that support button and everything because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely hit the support button. It's well, if it's on your platform, you've got Cash App. If it's on
Yeah,
my platform, I don't know if it can play on my platform because I don't have that kind of clearance. It would have to be on yours.
yeah, it have to be on mine
Yeah.
because of the
So
radio station.
definitely.
Because of the radio station, I could do it.
Uh huh. Uh huh. So yeah, y'all happy about that? We gonna do that this weekend, y'all. We'll give them a date and a time at a
Well,
different
we'll
time.
say 12 noon, the same time we've been doing. That's where everybody know.
12 noon.
Yeah,
What day?
Hawaii time. We
Saturday.
stick. Yeah, stick to the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, all 3 days.
Yeah,
Okay, for those that can't make it on Friday, you can come on Saturday. If you can't make it Friday and Saturday, it'll be there Sunday.
and we're
Who's
and
making
we
it happen?
we'll do them as a live premiere,
Okay,
so we
all
all could
right.
chat. So we all could chat with each other and everything.
Uh huh. Is it 12 noon your time?
Yes.
Okay. So, depending on where you are, in my case, I'm on the West Coast. I'm 3 hours ahead of him. Uh, Central would be 2 hours ahead of me. So, that would, okay, so your time, 12 o'clock your time would be 3 o'clock my time. Central time would be 5. And East Coast time would be 6. Does
Yeah.
that make it good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, geriatrics gives good concerts, Faith. uh, let's see. Letha Robinson Smith said, Quiet Storm, can you all please Minnie Ripperton M to me?
Many
Can you
many
do that?
represent. I can try because we have to see.
Okay.
I have to see if I can get the license for it.
Uh huh. There's plenty. Oh, okay, Sabria. Zell. Let's see. I don't know if he has a Zell. I have a Zell. It's listed on the back, but it wouldn't be my. It's not my place to get Zell if he's doing the concert. Do you have Zell, Tony? Tony.
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
No, no.
Um, Sabria. Tony doesn't have Zell. I have Zell, but he doesn't have it. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with all the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Donny Hathaway. Man,
Earth,
the
Wind, Earth, Wind, and Fire. We can do.
okay. How about Donny Hathaway? You got any Donny
We
Hathaway?
can do Hathaway.
Okay, we're losing you, hun. Having a hard time hearing you. Satin said, "Help me get Quiet Storm to add Ron Isley and Burt Bacharach. Here I am to the playlist."
Okay. You. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Barely, but yeah, I can hear you a little bit.
Okay. Hold on. One second.
The Commodores, Blue Magic. Y'all, don't take me back. I might have to just go back to high school for real.
We got. We got the Commodores. I think we got one or two videos on Blue Magic.
Okay. Evelyn Champagne King. Let's see. Who
That's
else they
that's
saying?
that one is a hard one. I don't think I have her, but I'll we have the OJ's.
Okay. How about the Four Tops and the Temptations and Daz Band?
Got all that.
All that and the Isley Brothers?
And the Isaac Brothers.
And the Isley Brothers. Man, we got enough content. We got enough concerts that last us a year.
Actually, we
Man,
do.
we do, for real. There were so many artists back then that man, it wasn't just one or two here and there. We had man, Atlantic Star, Gloria Gaynor, man, and it doesn't hit you until you get older and you say, "Dang, we had all that back then. We had all
Yeah.
that and then some back then." But yes,
Uh,
I look forward to that.
One of my favorite songs back then was Fantastic Voyage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But my all-time favorite group, without a doubt, is Earth, Wind and Fire. I you If I had Earth, Wind and Fire all by themselves, I would be happy.
Um,
I would be happy.
yeah, me too. But they only had a couple songs that I really, well, maybe four songs that I really, like.
Uh
But
huh.
my favorite all time group is Lakeside.
See, now I don't like Lake. I like Lakeside, but I didn't like as many songs of theirs as I do Earth, Wind, and Fire. And you're the complete opposite. I could listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire all day long. Man, Fantasy, uh, uh, Reasons.
Hello?
Man, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. They just, I mean, their whole. I would buy an album and listen to every song on that album. I couldn't do that with Lakeside. I was like, hey, come on, take a ride. There's a party over there. There ain't no jive. It's all, what, live, live. It's all the way live. See, I could deal with that. But
Hello?
I couldn't. Yeah, can you hear me? Oh, we done lost you. We can't hear you. Just slide, slide, slippity slide. But forget about your troubles and your 9 to 5. Just sail on. That's what you do. Just sail on. Come on, quiet Tony. Maybe you should hang up and click the link again. Well, with all that said, ooh, this is a bad connection.
I'm back now.
Okay, we can kind of hear you.
Okay.
Are you still in the garage?
No, I'm in my Land Rover.
Oh, you driving? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's liable to you might lose us driving along. But if you do lose us, you can always jump back with that link.
Yeah.
I'll let you back in.
Well, I
But
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah. So what we gonna talk about tonight is recovery. We had a wonderful chat last night. I mean, that live went what, 5 hours, y'all? Was it close to 5 hours? We had a wonderful time talking about all kinds of issues, and I think um, Fonda Fonda Gabriel came up with a perfect suggestion, and she asked if we could possibly later down the line talk about recovery. And I said tonight is it's no exception. What better night than tonight to talk about recovery? And I appreciate her suggestion because we all have something that we've had to recover from, whether it's addiction, uh,
Yeah.
abusive relationships, uh, just bad bad family
That's
setup.
correct.
Yeah, I know whatever. No matter what, drugs, gambling, smoking, you name it. There's so much to recover from. So, if there's anybody else out there in the chat that would like to join me on my platform, because I think that's the most effective way for us to really have a discussion like that. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I would love for you to jump up here with me if you're interested. But this is definitely it's definitely a topic that needs to be discussed. Here we go. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Why is this help thing out in the way? I just have to hit the return. So, wait, is it there? What is going on here? For some reason, I don't even see it. Is the link in the chat? If you guys see the link, can you put a 1 in the chat? Because for some reason, this thing is stuck. Okay, I see it now. Mark SGT wants to know any new updates on Angie Stone. We need justice. Everybody seems to be going silent about it. Actually, Mark, uh, Quiet Storm has a stream that he's been covering all week. You, I hope you haven't been missing his live streams. If you have, go on back and look at the replays. He's been covering it all week. So,
Yeah,
Mark JGT, go back and check out Quiet Storm's live streams from Monday, Tuesday, today. He's been very extensive. He hasn't dropped the ball not one day. I haven't been able to go live, and well, I can go live, but I haven't been able to jump on his platform with him. But uh, he's been going strong on Angie Stone. So I hope that helps you out, Mark. All your updates are right there. Anybody want to come up to the platform and we can continue on with our discussion
those.
of recovery? I'll give y'all a minute.
I'd like to have a number three, large, please, with a Coke.
I hope that ain't McDonald's he's ordering.
Oh, y'all can hear me on the chat.
Oh God.
Please put salt on those fries. Thank you.
Oh
No,
goodness.
put salt on the fries. Heart attack version. Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
Earth Angel. I got you up here. I broke my own rule and didn't see your face first, but I'm gonna have to trust that you on the real side. Can
Hello.
you
Yes, it's me.
Hello, Earth Angel. How are you, love?
I'm doing fine. I figured it out.
I didn't know y'all could hear me.
Good, good. Well, I'm glad to have you up here with us
Figured it out.
on the platform. And let's see, Black Lion is about to jump on here as well. I know him. There we
Hey,
go.
yo,
Hey,
Quiet
Black.
Storm.
He
Oh, he jumped off. I was going to tell him I
he
want a milkshake.
he didn't. Oh, he did jump off, did he? Oh
Dang it.
man,
I was going to
strawberry
tell him, get a
milkshake.
man a milkshake, man.
Oh my goodness,
What's
he
up,
didn't know we could
guys?
hear him. How you doing, Black?
Hello.
I'm doing all right. I'm the
Good,
only one that's
good.
not sick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that they're sick. So,
Yeah.
Earth Angel,
Yes.
what have you to say today? You are the first up on the platform.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me. And, I appreciate that you um, respect recovery versus addiction. It's
Yes,
important to me. And
yes,
I celebrate it like it's my birthday, like it's Christmas. Of course,
absolutely,
um, if we forget, we're doomed to repeat. So we have to keep it up front.
absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm a
Mhm.
firm believer, I'm not trying to take anything away from the 12-step programs and stuff like that.
Right.
But if you continue to claim the addiction, are
Yes.
you really recovered? No, I don't.
We,
That's not
we,
how I
we
look at
don't.
it.
Um,
If you got to claim it, claim that you're healed.
well, we do recover. Uh, You
Oh
know,
yeah.
uh, I tell you, for my namesake, I am the earth angel. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? If
Yes, ma'am.
you don't believe in miracles, you're talking to it. Mhm.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
what makes you an overcomer.
yeah, yeah.
I
Um,
just I don't like when people say and this is my own problem. I'm not putting this on anybody else. But when I hear someone say, I'm an alcoholic, I have been
mhm.
recovered for 12 years, That okay, then you're not an alcoholic anymore.
Mm-mm.
You feel me? Maybe
Right.
I'm reading it wrong, but if you've been healed from that, if you've recovered
I
from
was
that,
married. No.
you I mean, why claim it? I'm a used to be. I'm no longer what I used to be.
Well,
So,
I want to say that I didn't
Auntie,
come around the 12 steps. I came around Tough Love program.
thank you. Thank you.
Auntie, I don't
Yes.
want to come on camera.
Where you at? Where you at?
I've never done
Oh,
drugs
Urban.
I
or
don't
alcohol or any
want
kind
to
of
come
drinking
on
like that,
camera.
but I am recovering from being homeless for almost 13 years and getting my body back into shape. I almost died 3 times
Oh my
within the last
goodness.
year because
Wow,
my
Brad.
teeth were so bad from not being
Uh-huh.
able to take care of myself.
Right,
And
right.
it was killing me. I would have not been here if I hadn't had surgery over the winter time. So
Uh-huh.
praise God for that, man.
Amen.
Yes, I
Urban.
had the same problem. Also, gum disease. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Urban.
I had
Urban, was that you
everything going
speaking?
wrong.
Urban?
That was
What?
Earth Angel.
No, no, no. I'm saying before that. Urban, was that you saying you didn't want to
Yes,
come on?
hello. I'm just waiting my turn.
No, no. Go right
Oh,
ahead,
go ahead.
sweetheart. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, hello everyone on the panel, and
Hello, love.
thank you, Auntie, for letting me on. And hello
Anytime,
everyone in the
love.
chat.
Hello.
So the subject tonight is about recovery. Having been, I'm not a person that have used drugs or been of alcohol, abuse,
Uh-huh.
but it's the same thing when you have family members that go through that. So
Yes.
you are still a part of
Yes.
the addiction.
Yep,
Okay.
Absolutely.
And
I would
Absolutely.
agree with
so
that.
I have a situation and I've have had a situation and I'm not ashamed to say it. I have a old, actually it's my oldest child
Uh-huh.
that is going through that. And along with that comes mental illness,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, and that's a double whammy. And it's
Absolutely.
really hard. The the person's, and I'm speaking like this in general, and
Uh-huh.
I'm speaking on a personal side as well, but
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it this way, so this way I'm not offending anyone, but I will
Uh-huh.
say when the ones that are dealing with the addiction, you don't really understand or even think about what you do to your family
Yes.
in the process of
Yes.
your addiction
Absolutely.
because it puts a lot of strain and stress on your family members. We're constantly
Absolutely.
worried if you choose to be out in the street and
Yep.
don't want to
Yep.
be in a safe place of,
Uh-huh.
that comes along as I've learned with the mental illness. And I always would wonder why I'm seeing the way I say things, so take it that way. Okay. Why are these people out here and they can go to a shelter and go to places like that and until you deal with it heads on, and like I said, I'm on the outside but the inside at the same time. So it's
Exactly.
still like dealing with an addiction that
Right.
I'm not physically dealing with,
You
but
feeling the ripple
I'm on
effects
the
of
other
it.
end. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The ripple effect.
Absolutely.
You know how you throw the rock in the water and it ripples out, out, out? So
Yep.
And
you're
it's a
feeling
ripple
that.
effect as soon as it
Yeah.
starts.
Yep. It's that love
And
that you have for that
as
family member.
addicts, we don't know that we're doing that. And it's because the drug is not going to allow us to know. I don't
Uh-huh.
care what we do, that drug is going to do its job.
Right.
Yep.
You
But you know
understand?
what?
It's just
It's
part
not
Yes.
of the
always
addiction.
it's not always just a drug or a substance.
Right.
It can be a person.
Place or
It
thing.
can
That's
be
all.
a relationship that you're
Mm-hmm.
addicted to. You can
Yeah.
be addicted to a number of things that are bad for gambling. is an
Yeah.
addiction of some kind. You can there is all kinds of addictions out there that don't necessarily have to be chemically uh, involved.
Yeah.
And as long as we can recognize that, Satan comes at us in all kinds of ways. He can come through your loved ones. You can be addicted to a man if you're a woman. You can be addicted to a woman if you're a man. You can be addicted to uh, being lonely. I know people out there that are addicted to being alone. They don't want to be around other people, yet they're trying to pull other people to a certain degree into their loneliness, if that makes any sense.
Mm.
You know, there's people that are addicted to wallowing in pity. I think that's the better way to put it. Just self loathing and wallowing in pity. That's an addiction. That's something that you have to really work on to stop doing because it's a trick of the devil, for one thing, to have you thinking that you're less than what you are. And that's what all of these things are. And for us to recover from those in a victorious way is awesome. I mean, what can you say? You can only give all honor to God for being able to break through
Yes.
and find that recovery in whatever way you find your recovery. As long as you can recover, all more power to you. More power to you. But just recognizing that everything that we deal with on a regular basis can be construed as uh, an addiction of some kind and needs recovery from it. I'm going to bring Norvis up. Hello, Norvis.
Hi, everyone. How are
Hi,
you?
I want to. Oh,
Hi,
go.
beautiful.
Auntie.
Hello.
Hey.
I wasn't going to come on, but I needed to come on. And
Okay.
the reason why I needed to come on is because, and I'm going to make this brief. 2019, I watched my husband die in hospice in my home. I lost him
Mm-hmm.
in 2019. I
Mm-hmm.
lost myself in the process.
Yes.
I could not get it together at all. So, with the help
Mm.
of friends and therapy, I was able, it took me 5 years. This is the first year that I can
Mm.
say I'm on the stronger end versus the weaker end of
Right.
recovery. I
Right.
will always be in recovery because it was devastating for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, but I wanted to be here among the world. I wanted to continue my life. And my husband would have wanted me to enjoy my life, not to be sad and unhappy.
Amen.
So there are four women. We went to aftercare. There were four other women, well, four total. And we're widows, and we go out once a month and we have lunch. We go to museums. We stay together. When one is feeling down, the others bring us up.
Okay.
Um, and that's about all I wanted to say. And for
That's
all those who are recovering, I didn't want to ask for help. I'm surprised I'm even talking. This is my first time being on air like this. And so I had to figure it out. But one of the things I needed to work on is I kept things hidden inside of me. I
Yes.
didn't want to share them. I didn't want people to be judgmental. But
Mm-hmm.
now I don't care who hears it because I'm in the recovering process and I have to do self care and do what's
Yes.
best for me.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And thank you for letting me speak.
Oh, anytime. Girl, you are beautiful. Look at
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
Uh, uh,
Red lips and all. I
Not
see
bad for
you.
75, huh?
Honey, got it
Amen.
going
Pretty lady.
on.
Pretty lady.
Huh. Got it
And
going
people were
on.
saying to me, it's been 5 years, Norvis. Don't you need to date? I'm happy with Norvis. I don't need to date.
Amen. Amen. Look, I tell people all the time. They say, "Well, what happens when if your husband were to pass?" I'm not trying to answer to another person. As long
Mm-mm.
as I live, I've answered to one, and I will no longer answer to another. Not to say that I have a problem following his lead. That he's the man. You're supposed to follow
Yep.
your husband's lead. I understand the way that God intended for us to be.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean I'm trying to do this again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
No, thank you. No, no. I really appreciate you coming up. Did you want to stay up here with us?
Um,
No,
I'm
let
about
somebody else come up.
Okay, Urban, go right ahead, love.
Thank you.
okay. I'm about to get down, but before I do, I want to say
Yes,
to
ma'am.
everyone that's out there that's facing any issues, none of us are perfect, and our life is definitely is not perfect. You
Right.
know, in any way. Just stay encouraged and
Yes.
be determined of whatever you have, your goals, your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Stay encouraged. Think of your reason why. Why do you want to keep on living?
Yes.
Keep that in your head and do your affirmations every day. You know, and
Absolutely.
I'm saying this because these are things that I do myself.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Somebody can't tell you something that they don't do on their own. So the
Exactly.
struggle is real,
Yes, it
Stay
but
is.
strong with the
it's
success.
worth it at the
Yeah.
end
Yes, it
if you keep
is.
on going.
Absolutely.
I always
Thank you.
say my two things I say when I'm not saying "Still I Rise" from Maya Angelou, but the other thing I say is always peace and purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
Amen.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, stay encouraged, stay prayed up, and bless
Amen.
you all.
You
And
too,
I'm
my
in
Bless
the
love.
chat.
you.
Okay, I'm
Thank
sorry to
you.
Thank
say, but how do you get out?
you.
Oh, I see it.
Um,
Leave. I got it.
yeah.
All right. Bye
Okay,
bye.
sweetie. Bye bye. All right, we got Charles Spears and Chi Town up. I think maybe ladies should go first.
Correct.
Chi Town, you there? Okay, Charles, go right ahead.
Hey, Auntie Nikki, how are you?
Excuse me a
I'm
minute.
good. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'll be right back, Charleston. Like
Okay.
he can go because
Okay.
I gotta run to the bathroom.
Okay,
Okay.
hon. Charles, go right ahead, love.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Oh, I want to talk about addiction of
Yes,
drugs, right? About
yes,
drugs. You know, sometimes God does for you what you can't do for yourself.
that's right.
Mm.
And I picked up a drug at 15. And I didn't stop until I was 46.
Mm,
Saturday, I'll be celebrating 18 years without any mind altering drugs.
mm-hmm,
You know, a lot of people don't understand that
Congratulations.
addiction is a disease, no matter what it is.
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yes,
it has to be treated just like anything else.
Hmm.
yes.
You know, because I'm in the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous. I work on my
Mm-hmm.
program every day
Uh-huh.
because I don't know what might take me back.
Trigger.
I
Yes.
never say that I never might not use again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and God, just like when I started off, God can do for you what you can't do for you. I'm a guy. Check this out. I'm a guy that never worked, never liked to work, couldn't
Mm-hmm.
stand working.
Mm.
Only thing I did right was I managed to stay in the army for 6 years consecutively, and almost got put out of that. But look what God done. I'm originally from D.C., but I moved to West Virginia. And I got clean in West Virginia in 2003.
Uh-huh.
Auntie Mickey, I retired from the VA.
Mm.
I'm a
Congratulations.
military, 100% disabled.
Look
Hmm.
at God.
Poor guy just don't like to work, you know. But everything is a process,
But the
you know.
military is work.
Yeah, and it works. Just
Yeah.
and I'm so grateful
Mm-hmm.
to my high power,
Yep.
because it's still a struggle because I'm addicted to shopping. I mean, I love shopping, and I still
Mm-hmm.
gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to meetings. I go to meetings on a regular. That's
Mm-hmm.
what works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You know, all this other stuff doesn't work for me. Church, it doesn't work for me. Not saying
I
that it don't work for
understand.
nobody else,
Right.
but
I
I
understand
know what
exactly
works for
what you're talking
me and
about.
what doesn't work for me. You
Yes.
know, I'm able to do a lot of things today. I take care of my mother. She's 87. I go up
What a
there and take care of
blessing.
her. And I'm like an
Mm-mm.
hour and 45 minutes from DC.
Uh-huh.
I do that. If I was out there, I wouldn't have been nowhere to be found.
I know that's
So
right, but look at you
I'm grateful.
now.
That's all I
What
got.
what a wonderful story.
Hmm.
And that's the other thing that we a lot of people do turn to the church for help. And I if that's what works for you, then, God be the glory. But sometimes it's the church in you It's the God
Right,
in
right.
you.
Because I'm more spiritual. If somebody
Right.
asks me, do I go to church? I don't have to go to church. Church is in my heart. God
Right, because
knows
the
my
church
heart.
is in you. God is
Yeah, in my
in
heart. Yeah,
you.
I know. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
know that, and I'm
Four
more spiritual.
walls. Church was made to assemble and fellowship.
Exactly.
But once you leave that building, you still got to live and
Right,
you still
right,
got to walk upright.
right.
And
And fight
you can't
demons. It's out.
you
It's out there everywhere.
right. So I mean, you still have
Mm,
to keep the same mindset. You can't just walk into the building and okay, you're in church and you're praising God, but when you walk out, okay, life is different. No, you have to
right,
keep the same mentality of worship, and worship isn't necessarily shouting and speaking in tongues all the time. Sometimes it's
right,
just walking and being quiet.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. Listen to God.
Listen.
Yeah, you
Sometimes we
gotta.
so
You
busy
have to
running our
listen
mouth.
to. You have to.
That's right.
Or you, if you
Sometimes
don't, you'll miss your blessing. I gotta say one more thing to you, and I'm gonna let you go. Look, don't get discouraged about this internet crap. I'm seriously. I watch you, and I watch internet and these podcasts. Auntie Nikki, it's about money, likes. You can tell. You can differentiate who's on there genuinely and who's in there for clicks.
yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
just like when paperwork did that thing with Jaguar, that was about money. He
Absolutely.
knew that content would get money and clicks. He knew that.
Draw people in.
Right,
Draw
right. And
people
then he
in to
tried to cover it
watch.
up and said it was his manager or somebody that couldn't. If you got a platform like that, you got well trained people. He didn't pull them up, So don't get discouraged about it. It's
Yeah.
just do
Well,
your thing. Just
my
say,
dis- my discouragement is not in what we're doing here. I'm just discouraged about this equipment. And it's going to work out. It's going to
yeah,
work
it's
out.
gonna pass. How they said, this shall
This
pass
too
too.
shall pass. That's
Yeah,
right.
don't
That's
worry
right.
about it.
It
All right,
will.
I'm gonna sit back and listen.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Chi Town. You there,
Yes,
love?
I'm back.
You back?
Yes, yes, I'm back now. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello,
Hello,
everyone
Hey,
love.
on the panel. Yes, so that's why I put in the chat about addiction.
Yes.
Yes, because that's what I was saying. Like it's so many different areas of addiction.
Uh
And
huh.
I knew I found that out some years ago when
Mm-hmm.
I was incarcerated.
Uh
Well, I
huh.
had got out, but then I had to go back for every day and dress up in a
Uh huh.
DOC suit to go to Sheriff Furlough.
Uh huh.
So that's when I found out. I never knew that it was different type of addiction. So
Uh huh.
then when I would had to sit down and and speak on what addiction did I have. So
Mm-hmm.
my addiction was at the time as selling drugs. That
Mm-hmm.
was my addiction.
Okay.
Making money selling drugs.
Uh
Even
huh.
though I didn't use it internally, I still used it externally.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing right there with me. So
Yes.
yeah, and then had to know, because I mean you could get so wrapped up into it, into that addiction, and you really can. That's why I didn't spoke on it. I got so wrapped up into it, I thought to just leave my whole city job,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
because it
Wow.
was it was faster money.
Mm-hmm.
And there
Yeah.
was, I was, even though it was a city job, I was getting making way more.
Decent. Yeah.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's why, I spoke to different people. I was like, that work, addiction. Had another addiction, shopping. Cause
Yep.
still dealing with the drug money and
Uh
this
huh.
and that, cause you get on a shopping spree.
Uh huh.
So
That's true.
yeah, I had a couple of addictions.
I've had
So
quite a few myself.
right.
Definitely.
And I said, I didn't look at people just because they still used internally. It still didn't make me no better
Uh huh.
using externally.
Right. Right.
It
You know,
didn't
and
make
that's a
me
good point that you made, that a lot of people step back and they say, "Oh, well, I'm good because I ain't addicted to that, and I'm not addicted to this, and I'm not addicted to that." And in the process, they don't realize that they're addicted to pointing out other people's addictions.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
makes a
Yeah,
lot of
People
sense.
stand
yeah.
there in judgment, and standing there in judgment, you're addicted to being judgmental,
Yes,
and
judgment.
they don't realize that.
Yep.
There's everybody's got some kind of an addiction.
And we're
Auntie,
not the one
Yes,
to
ma'am.
judge.
auntie,
We're not the
auntie,
ones supposed to judge.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so glad that people are not the judge.
Exactly.
Right.
I leave them
Exactly.
where they at. You know what I'm saying? Hmm.
Exactly. Because
And
if they
and
were, we'd be in a mess of trouble.
yeah. Can I also say that, I was listening to what the other people before me was talking.
Uh huh.
Today, I am so glad that I made it out of the matrix. Uh, I have a life worth living today.
Amen.
Mhm.
Amen.
Amen. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to recognize who we are indebted to for that. You
Yeah.
know, many people come out, but they don't give credit where credit is due.
Well,
And
God is my sponsor.
that's right.
And the people at NA seem to uh, dislike when I say that at the meeting.
Right.
They
Right.
dislike when I say God is my sponsor,
Uh
and
huh.
they dislike if I drop my clean time.
Mm hmm. Mm
You
hmm.
know, I like I said, I didn't come around the NA. I came
Right.
around tough love. Uh,
Thank you.
and can I tell a story if you don't mind?
You sure can. You have the floor.
Um, I went to recovery the first time January 27, 1997,
Mm.
and my first day there. First of all, I'm from Baltimore. My
Okay.
first day in Philadelphia, I didn't know that Philadelphia was that close to Baltimore.
Uh
Well,
huh.
all of Baltimore was in the program. Like I knew 80% of the people.
Uh huh.
So they did what you call having your birthday. That's when you
Okay.
tell from the time you can remember until today.
Uh huh.
So I did. When my house manager came to pick me up, they assigned me a house and they called the lady to come and get me.
Uh huh.
The man told my house manager to bring me back. They made me leader of the crisis team. Auntie,
Wow.
I didn't even know what the crisis team was.
Uh huh.
I didn't know what stop and surrender was. I didn't know what recovery. I just knew I was in Philadelphia with these people, you know.
uh
So I was the spiritual sister of the house, so to speak. That's what they say. I'm the spiritual
huh.
sister. She powerful, blah, blah, blah.
Uh huh.
Um, So I'm gonna make a long story short. I did the 365 when they
Uh
asked
huh.
me to sign
Uh
the
huh.
paper. I
Right.
snatched life, the left box. Life
Uh
or death,
huh.
I snatched the left box. So when they asked, do I want 6 months or the year, I signed on the year.
Uh huh.
Did the year, got to the table. It's my anniversary.
Uh huh.
Um, it was great. I did it. I'm proud of my own self at this point. I don't have to
Right.
explain it. There's no
Right.
more justification for the situation for me. If you're
Right.
having a problem, it's not my fault. You know what I
Uh
mean?
huh. Uh
And
huh.
I used to always say to my mom, I don't steal anymore. And she said,
Right.
you don't steal any less either. But they told me at the program that I now needed to get a sponsor.
I'm sorry. I
And I
missed that.
said,
I missed
okay.
that last part. What'd you just say? I
I
didn't
said
hear the
they
last part.
told me at the program after I graduated the program,
Uh
they
huh.
told me that I needed a sponsor. So I
Mhm.
scouted around a week or two and picked someone.
Uh huh.
And at Big Group Friday, I let them know who I picked.
Uh huh.
And they all said, "Oh, no, no, you cannot have a male sponsor. It's got to be a female."
Well, why is
I,
that?
I thought I was on a magic carpet ride. I did the program. I did what you asked. I graduated. I am an
Right.
alumni. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I picked a sponsor.
Right.
So after the group, I went back to the house and I cried.
Oh
I,
my
and
goodness.
I am a prayer warrior. What I mean by that, I talk to God constantly. He lives with me.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I'm crying to God. Why can I have a male sponsor?
Uh-huh.
So he said to me, "Huh, what's wrong with me?" So I thought, oh boy, you're right.
Uh.
I didn't even have
Uh.
to tell them. So as God is my sponsor, I got 28 years and 9 months clean. You
Look
know,
at him.
thank
Look.
God.
Look. Yeah. That's
Amen.
what's up.
Right?
Yep. See,
Yeah.
man put stipulations on us.
Yeah, they said I
As
couldn't have a male sponsor. What?
and that has nothing to do with your inner soul, your recovery male or female. An individual is an individual. Who cares if they're male or female? See,
Well,
man has a tendency to look above, and look into a nefarious thing, and this ain't about that.
well, they taught me enough within the year to not let them cross the lines of NA, because the reason why they didn't want me to have a male sponsor is because of the 13th step, and that goes within A.
Oh,
You
Oh,
know,
yeah, the
okay.
13.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that goes within A, and we're not in A. So I told, oh no, and I never told anyone that God was my sponsor. I went back to Baltimore. I went home with my
Right.
cleaning time. You know, yeah, I
There
did.
you go. There
Hmm.
you go.
And you know what,
Chi-town,
Auntie
go
Mickey?
ahead, and what were you gonna say, love?
You know what? It's great because the counselor that we had for when we was doing about the addiction. So the counselor, she told about her addiction
Mm-hmm.
and what she was going through. She had a good job, and she say it was like every time when she was at work, she would have to run to that bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and nobody knew what she kept going to that bathroom to do. She say
Mm.
I was a
Mm-hmm.
functional addict.
Yep.
She say she was a functional.
Yep.
She say for about 20 years
Uh.
she did that. She
Uh-huh.
say, and as I speak today, I could say I'm a recovery addict. She
Hello.
say,
You
because
do
one
recover.
thing about it, when you misuse your body,
Mm-hmm.
internally with the drugs and things, you have to accept
Right. You're
that
right.
you
You're
are
right.
a
Mm-hmm.
recovering addict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was
Hey,
like, So
I'm
it,
glad you said that.
I yes, I learned. I did take in some things that I didn't know. Because, like I say, it don't matter what age you are at the time, what you still learn things every day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Every day. And that really, really, really had, taught me. And then like I say, I came to clean like I'm done with that addiction.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That drug life,
Right.
and all that because I got something out of the program.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Mhm.
the good thing. And
Well,
I know I had another addiction. I tried to shake that one, fighting. I would go with these hands quick.
uh-huh.
And then I think it was more like the area where I kind of grew up at.
Surroundings,
Yes.
yes.
And
That's a
then it
trigger.
was like, because at first I wasn't into that
Uh-huh.
because we came from up north from the predominantly Caucasian school, and
Uh-huh.
we weren't surrounded by that.
Right.
But as soon as we moved to another location, that's where it all and I took off.
Uh-huh.
So that I had addiction in that too as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like quick, I used to be quick, but like I said, when I lost that son, I kind of got humble because it's now I'm surrounding myself around no one. I ain't want to be bothered. I was in a dark place.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just more humble now.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really like so many addictions.
Yeah.
I tell people about the grace of God because I seen them. I had some friends that lost their son, whatever, behind
Uh-huh.
me, and left here with a broken heart.
Right. Right.
I
Well,
seen
I
a
tell
father,
you.
yeah, a father do it. One of my friends, her son father, he did it behind his son, his only child, period. And I
Mm-hmm.
had a friend. that did
Mm.
that a broken heart. She didn't even go to her son's services.
Wow.
She wanted to remember him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
People
that
have
you
their
know.
different ways of revering their loved ones. But I can tell you one thing. My addiction story goes back to the early 80s or mid
Mhm.
80s, I'm sorry, when crack came stomping into the inner city of every
That was
state.
my drug of choice also.
Yes, I was
Oh,
a
oh,
bona fide crackhead.
what child?
Mhm.
I became homeless twice.
Yes.
And it was both me and my husband. Now we born and raised in the church, y'all.
Mhm. Me too. Mm.
Satan don't care nothing about that.
No.
He he
Mhm.
he those are the ones he go after first. And I tell you, I am so glad to say I am not what I used to. I don't look like what I used to be. My husband don't look like what he used to be. But
Thank you.
it didn't stop with that. You know, I overcame the crack. I overcame that. I left my husband. We weren't married at the time, but I left my husband, me and my boys. I had just lost my grandfather, so I left and I jumped from the frying pan into the fire. And instead of staying here in Seattle, where did I move to? Oakland, California. I mean, from the frying pan into the fire with another man who was even worse off than me. So, all this time while I'm running from myself, I was running to the devil in the process. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
The more I
Yeah.
didn't listen
Yes.
to the God in me, I kept running the other way because my pride was saying, you can't go back to Seattle a loser. You can't go back to Seattle a loser. And I kept it was always in me to I'm not going back. I'm not going back home. And I knew home was calling me because that's where I was going to get my healing. And many circumstances took place. I became homeless again in Oakland. This man I was with, he he lived with his mama, so she had his back. I'm staying in motels and homeless assistance programs, and I got these two young boys with me, and
Mm.
not one time did I put my kids off on anybody.
Good job.
But I'm glad to say that when I came back home, I told my husband before we got together, I said, I will come back home under one condition. And he said, what is that? He says, we have to get married because I can't live in sin like that no more. I wasn't raised like that.
Mhm.
To live, just to live with a man for the rest of my life. If you want to be with me for all my life, you're going to have to sign some papers, pay the license fee, whatever it is for that marriage license, and we're gonna have to live as a married couple. And he said, first I heard dead silence, and I didn't know what I was gonna hear back. I just cringed. I'm like, oh my God, please, just let this be right. And he was crying on the phone. He says, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
All right.
Because in the meantime, while I'm in Oakland, cutting up, smoking, all kinds of stuff every night, he was getting right with the Lord. He turned his life over to Christ. February 14th, 1988
Mm.
is the date he turned his life over to Christ, and I was nowhere in the state. But I remember that date because I remember it was a milestone in his life that meant the world to me. So, seeing the change in him, I knew if he could change, I could change. And the difference between him and I is that he did, in fact, go through rehab at one point in time, but that didn't work. When I came home, I fell one time with my half sister, and I looked in the mirror and I said, "This is not you. This is not you." I got dressed. I walked to my grandmother's place where she was living, and I grabbed a dress out of her closet because my husband went to a Pentecostal church, and at that time they wasn't doing the pants. And I'm always going to be obedient in terms of what the church would.
At
Of
the
course,
church.
churches have changed. Come as you are. But at that particular time, I didn't want to cause no ruckus in the church for him or myself. So I went and grabbed a dress for my grandmother, and she was 90 something at the time. So imagine me at 24, 25, wearing a 90-year-old woman's dress. But I didn't care
You was
because I
all
was on
right.
a mission. I was
You
on a
was all
mission.
right. Yeah.
We walked to church from her house, and that was about a 2-mile walk. And we got to that church, and I just got on my knees on that altar, and I did not get up until I knew I was delivered. And I haven't touched it since. I haven't touched
Oh,
it since. But now listen, a lot of people have. Is there somebody's
I don't
TV
have
on?
anything.
Is there a television on?
No, that was my cat meow. Sorry.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I hear a like a TV or something going on in the background, but that's okay. I'll ignore it.
I do too.
Yeah, you hear that?
Mm,
It stopped.
and start back.
Okay. Well, maybe it's my mic. Who knows? But
I
if
don't
y'all
have
can't deal with
anything
it,
on except the lights.
yeah, it might be my mic. Maybe I'll turn that down a little bit, see if that helps. But I was doing okay until my I had surgery on my knee, and because of that, I was on painkillers. And these doctors that prescribe painkillers, they don't have, at least back then, they had no cutoff point. They just give them to you, give them to you, give them to you. And I found myself addicted to painkillers. So I was on opiates for a few years. And once again, I had that revelation. I said, "Girl, you've been through this once. You may not survive this time. You better get it together."
Yeah,
And I
Auntie
checked
Mikey,
myself.
Mickey,
It is
it's
my
your.
mic.
Because
Let me
when
move
I
away.
listen to how when you talk, then I can hear it come through the mic. But you still
I
fine.
think
It's
you know
not.
what? I think it's too close to my laptop. I
It,
think that's it. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
we
I
can
can hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay.
It's not annoying. But it's just that you can't hear him. Then
Right.
when you get through talking, and then you can hear
Yeah.
it say the same thing you just said.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm
We'll
going to
get
move
it
this thing
together.
way back and I hope it picks up. But, I think the bottom line is what I'm trying to say is that, when you think you're done with one addiction, another one can pop up.
Hmm.
And it's people needs to be cognizant of that.
Yes, it
That
can.
Satan he's cunning, he's conniving, and he will use circumstances to draw you back in. And that happened to me. And right now, my only addiction at this point in time is these cigarettes. And I believe in my heart that I'll get over these as well. And they've been the my longest addiction in life. I've been smoking since I was a teenager, and it's
Let's see what
robbed me of my
else.
voice and everything, but that's okay. I'm still an overcomer because I could be dead.
Yes,
Is
I
yes.
could be
is
dead.
Sean still in here? Auntie Mickey, he wrote a comment. Read his comment. He said there's
Charles,
no such thing as functional functional addict. That because I think
I
what
would have to
Charles,
disagree with that because
I
I was
think,
a functioning addict.
and I don't know if he might not really know the term of functional, because when she said what she said to me, that's like a functional addict, because I don't know, because she was keeping herself well kept,
Yep.
and that's the term of a functional addict. Because
Right.
you got
Right.
some addicts, they just hit rock bottom.
That's right.
Everything go down. They don't keep themselves together. They don't. But she kept herself still sharp. I don't even want to get into. I could consider somebody else was a functional addict that I knew, because it had me surprised.
Uh
One of
huh.
my kids' father, like, yeah, I think it is something. Because what Charles said, because I think Charles in that field as a what's the field doc? Because he Doctor Charles. Well, he just was saying that on Quiet Storm, live, where he can't practice, he had to go in. Dang, he's something. Well, it's something, but I guess that's his outcome. That he says no such thing.
Well, I would have to. I agree with you personally. I saw that comment too, and uh, my thing is that I was a functioning addict as well when I was on those opiates. As a matter of fact, I worked better when I was high. I did my job much better when I was high because I didn't care. But I
Mm-hmm.
can see how you couldn't function on
Uh-huh.
crack because your mind is not the same. When you're on that stuff, you all you care about is that next hit.
See?
You're chasing a high that you never really achieve again. And you can't say the same about opiates. They're a different type of high. So,
Okay.
and same with alcohol. It's a different type of high. Some people can drink. My sister was a functioning alcoholic. She functioned well as an alcoholic, but it killed her. So, there's several different ways of looking at it, but I personally believe that you can be a
I think
functioning
so. So
addict.
you did agree with me too, right? When I spoke
Yes.
on about functional.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, he had disagreed with that. But and then like I said, I now that I said thought about it, I even thought about, you know, how my oldest two kids' father, no, he was a functional at first, and then he then became
Uh-huh.
non-functional. Okay,
Uh-huh.
then my other daughter father, he was a functional all the way around. Had me surprised, had me shocked. Because I mean, like, how would I ever know? And the only way I found out because we got into a little dispute. People then wanted to tell me because then they said that's what triggered it off when
Mm.
we got into a real big on a Father's Day.
Uh-huh.
So that's how I found out
Right.
about his little secret. So,
Uh-huh.
and I look back on it, I say he was a functional because he's still well kept, going to work, doing
Uh-huh.
this and that. Never gave me no sense because he knew if I knew that I was gone. I was gone.
Yeah.
Never, like I said, even when I was in that lifestyle, I never not judged those that I was even selling to. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? Because I had looked at it. You never knew what people reasons
Uh-huh.
were. People had different reasons
Uh-huh.
uh, why they, turn to this, why they turn to that. You don't know what people's stories.
Right.
So I never did ever let people down. I never judged.
Right. Right.
Like you said again, who am I? I cannot judge.
Ain't in a position to judge.
Yeah. So it was
Mm.
like, and I remember this Latino young man. He was Hispanic Latino, and he was really, really handsome for me. But then he was addicted
Uh-huh.
to the drugs. And then he had got unalive. That hurted my soul. Even though I knew he was addicted. I
Uh-huh.
went to his services because I think they like have like a week long services. I wound up going to services and everything because I never judged him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never judged him. Yes, I wind up, and I was really hurt when I had found out that he had got unalive.
Wow.
And then, like, it was like I used to serve him. I used to, he used to come and buy from me.
Right.
But it was like some other guys that I knew they jumped him one night
Uh-huh.
because they figure I was a female, only female that was hustling, getting money, right?
Uh-huh.
So the people seemed to like what I did because it wasn't being stepped on. It wasn't
Uh-huh.
being, hey, step on it
Right.
and people
Right.
get sick. So it's like I had my own clientele. But then others used to try to jump on people, make them try to, I don't know if you went through that.
Oh
uh
yeah.
Auntie Mick, you gonna come
Yes.
and spend your money over here. We
Yep.
got it over here,
Yep.
and this and that. And they jumped him. I was
Mm.
so mad. So I had got my water hose. I rinsed his face. I got him a towel. And guess what else I did?
What
I
you do?
walked him till he was safe. Me
Uh.
and my other security. Cause I was like, hold up, y'all like jumping on the people because they don't want to do business with
Mm.
you. Yes, jumped
Mm.
on him. The
That's
same young
something.
man, like, what is like? So this is why, and then it was like they hated to see that I had like loyal
Uh-huh.
people
Loyal
that
people.
would wait till I come back around. Wait
Yep.
till they didn't want to shop with other people.
Right.
And
And
Nada
that's
not
kind of
like
like
that.
how this is. This
Yeah.
YouTube thing.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
exactly how this YouTube thing is.
Oh yeah. It's really no there. It's just a different form. It's YouTube. That's
Uh-huh.
our social media.
Right.
So
Right.
that yeah, it is. It when you just said that, Auntie Mickey, yes, it's the same.
Yeah.
A
And
different
and it's
form.
sad because there's plenty of content out here for everybody.
Yes.
You can't have it all. You can't pull it all in. There's
Right.
plenty for everybody. There's enough money in this thing for everybody. You don't have to go and steal or try to, pull people away from other platforms. People are going to be where they want to
Where
be.
they want to be anyway. You see where I
Exactly.
said I'm still at, thanks to I found Quiet Storm over here,
Yes.
and I still
Yes.
been coming back. That's
Absolutely.
why when I say I come in my name sometime, because if my other phone went dead, you'll see my name, Larissa
Uh-huh.
Bellamy, or
Uh-huh.
you see Shot Town
Yep.
reactions.
Yep.
And I have noticed that, like I said, from being in another sector, like, but and then everyone don't get paid the same no way. So do it matter? Like what? Let everybody eat. It's enough for everybody.
Exactly. Exactly. But I depending on what kind of content it is, that's the
Uh-huh.
kind of audience you're going to pull. So if you have constant negativity things to spew out, that's what you're going to draw in. That's what that's you're going to
Yes.
draw in those negative people that are messy or want to hear you drag down other
But
people.
you get tired of that, Auntie. I
Yeah.
tell when I say you
It's
get tired of that.
yeah.
I I I
Yeah.
said that's why I left for another sector
Yep.
because and I used to co-host with another person
Uh-huh.
and I started noticing like she do a lot of back end talk with different ones. I don't rock like that.
Yep.
I don't rock like that. And
Yep.
I
Me
was
either.
being a mod for a couple of you
Oh,
take that blue little stick. I'm that wrench. I'm
that
gone.
wrench.
I can't keep dealing with this drama. It's like
No.
everybody like the drama pours
Unproductive
in.
drama.
Yes, like
Unproductive drama.
yes, like I didn't even want to go on his PPW platform that day to get down on the baby girl because I never been over there to watch her because I was hearing different things about you know how
You talking
she
about that
moved.
individual that stayed
Yeah,
on after the show? That one?
uh, the J
The
one,
one I don't want to name
the
her. But you
yeah,
know
the
who I'm
J
talking about.
one that tried to ask, question you about
Yeah.
Angie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like so literally, but I think he was doing it on purpose, letting people up because you have to let them people up. So then we got then now I gotta curse you out, lady, because you trying to say people a troll. No, I'm not a troll. I'm a real person. I'm
Yeah,
not a troll.
I
I
was
come to
tripping
get this
because
information about Angie
she
Stone.
accused she accused me of coming to her chat on. I've seen that name in my chat many times.
Yes.
I never ever.
I didn't like how she did when you was over there. I didn't like how he did when you was over. I just didn't like it. That's why
Wow.
I eventually I'm gone. I'm
Yeah.
gone. See,
Yeah.
because when I start seeing it get messy like that, I'm
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
But
So no, I'm
and
not a troll.
sometimes, you know what? And I have to be honest, and I promised I wouldn't even address those content creators because there's a couple of them out there that's dragging both me and Quiet. And
Oh yeah.
sometimes the silence is the best thing, but just what? Sometimes you just got to make your stand too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way you stand. And
Mm-hmm.
I made two videos, one
Oh,
to
I
him
seen the
and
videos.
one to her. And I left it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't got to explain myself to nobody or what I know about Angie Stone or what
And
I don't know about Angie Stone. I'm a fan.
And then I was just going to say, why question the fans? People are fans. Did
Yeah.
nobody say that they was in the industry with her? That
Nope.
they did this with her? They did that. That was not even spoke upon. I
No.
didn't understand what was the questions when you was up there.
I
So
didn't understand it
I
either.
really didn't. I didn't like that. I didn't like how Quiet Storm got treated.
Yeah.
I didn't like none of that. So
Right.
I'm in a chat, Quiet Storm. Just leave. Just leave. Don't even pass on behind the scenes no information. Let them get their own let them get their own information.
Since you want people to research so bad, go on and do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, and when I see stuff that's why I'm one over in the other section no more. Because when I see the stuff go on, I'm gone.
Mhm. Mhm.
He didn't even have to worry about me. I think he had wound up uh I think he wound up when Quiet Storm was up there last time and
Mhm.
he tried to embarrass him. And I started putting my stuff up in that chat, getting down on
Mhm.
him and whoever else. I think he had wound up blocking me. I
Prob-
didn't care. I didn't really care. I said what I said.
yeah.
Because
And
you did that. That's some you could have did on the back end. You could have told them. You didn't
yeah.
have to think you up there. And my thing was it since y'all seen that her name on that paperwork, was you gonna now bring her to the front of the class and because her name was on that P Diddy and stuff that
Yeah.
paperwork I seen.
Yeah.
So was you then gonna bring? Oh well, I guess eventually he was next in line for her. See, but that's how they said that individual operates.
Yeah.
See,
And
I never.
exactly.
Yes, see it.
Exactly.
Then she was saying, "I'm gonna remember these names when they look, honey.
Well, I
I
think
don't
she
come over
better
there."
yeah, she better not worry about names so much as herself right now cuz right
Yes,
now
that's what I
she's
say.
being dragged right now by
Yes,
someone else that will remain nameless, and they're the ones you need to really worry about.
really bad. She
Yeah.
been, yeah, yes, she is. About
So,
a couple of them then teamed up on that panel, and then she got a some more on another side now.
yep.
So yeah, I just wanted to know, and I came up there. I just wanted to know why is you talking about you sending people names to the FBI, girl. You mess with
Ain't
you mess with them people, girl. I don't. I'm baby. I'm in the shy.
yeah.
I'm a real person, y'all. I'm not a troll, baby.
And
That's
nobody
I'm
cares
saying that.
about I mean,
She
I
be
don't know
up there
what
just looking crazy. I see
yeah,
you.
but
I
you know
see
what?
you.
She needs help. She needs
Yeah.
help. She
And I
really
hate to
does.
be like that. I don't like to be like that because I know, and as I heard, I'm just finding out really about her, the little stuff I did. Like you lost a child just as well as I lost one.
Mhm.
But I think our griefs is kind of different.
Yeah. Definitely different. Definitely
Cause
different.
baby, I don't even think even if social media was out, even when it started, still it started. I still wasn't being out there on that like that.
Yeah.
Period. I
Yeah.
I didn't want to be bothered. I had too much going on.
Right. Right.
I need to be alone. You don't come to the forefront like this and you doing what you doing.
Mhm. Mhm.
You no, that ain't the way. Like I
Yeah.
seen another content creator. This say she came right back on her channel 2 or 3 days after her son got and but she over there in the messy sector. I say,
Mm.
well, whoa, honey, we ain't the like.
Mm-mm.
You think I'd be on here on my channel
Nope.
talking about another lady and her kids and
Mm-mm.
you just lost a son? And when
That's
I
mm,
say that's
that's
why I guess
nasty
I never
business.
really watched her. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's really yeah. I when I see it start be a problem, I'm gone. I'm gonna be gone anyway.
Right. Right. Because
I like peace. I don't
we
like nobody coming
exactly
to
we
disturb
at
my
a
peace
place.
at my house. I don't like my peace disturbed.
Right. I
Yeah,
think I
so
I think it's safe to say that everybody here in this chat, as well as us on this platform, we're about our peace. If you don't have peace, you're lacking big time. I mean, it takes peace to survive
right.
to a certain degree. And if you've got nothing but chaos going on in your head and your
Woo.
surroundings, it's a man, it's a recipe for disaster.
Mm,
It really is.
yeah, Elizabeth said he kept letting her host. That's what,
Yeah.
and it was being about her. No, we
Right,
here for to
right,
hear about the Angie Stone.
right. Angie
We're not
Stone.
here. That's why I got up there. And
Yeah,
but I ain't even gonna cap. I called her all type of names
yeah,
because I didn't like how she was doing something, how she thought she was up there interviewing you. Then every time when Quiet Storm came up there, she was doing stuff on purpose.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then so now I'm getting up here now. I'm finna just curse you out, call you all type of this and that and this and that.
yeah,
And I did. But yeah, like why you keep coming letting her and you supposed to be doing this for Angie Stone, but you come and let her take over your whole channel.
yeah. Twice,
Yes.
twice.
Yes, like people was there trying to see, what's going on with the Angie Stone.
Yeah. But it just turned into a
Yes,
three-ring
Fonda.
circus.
Protect
It
your
turned into a
peace.
circus. And as a matter of fact, it basically what people predicted would happen did happen. She turned on him too.
Yes.
That's what she does.
Oh, I seen it.
She turned on
I
him
heard.
too.
I was like, what?
And
See,
so,
see how that go?
yeah. I mean, there's
See
a
how
lot of
that go?
content creators out there that are definitely not for her now that used to be, they used to ride with her. And she somehow or another turned on them as well. So she's got more enemies than friends on
Yes,
this
yes. You
internet.
right. You
And
right.
that's,
So
ooh,
yeah.
I
So
wouldn't want to be in that position. I think I would just go find me a 9 to 5 at that point and, you know, but it's a
yeah,
dangerous place to be. It's
yeah.
very dangerous to be.
It is.
So,
It
you
is.
know, as out there as she might be, she's still, to me, she's still a human being and she still needs prayer. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the human part of me, I don't want nothing to do with her.
Yes.
Stay over there.
You see
Stay
what
over there.
Elizabeth
I'm
said?
gonna pray for you
Say
over
I didn't
here.
see it at first,
I'm
but
gonna
they
pray
were
for you
jealous.
over here. But there's no way I would have
Hmm.
anything to do with that woman because
I know that's
her
right.
me and my spirit, I got to keep peace in my life.
Gotta keep that
And there's
peace.
no peace over there
Uh huh.
on that side of the world.
It
So
sure isn't.
I pray for her, whatever she needs to be healed from. I pray that she gets her healing, as well as the others that are dragging us through. You know, they need prayer too. They need healing too.
Yes,
And
healing.
yeah,
Look where
people do people lash out for a number of reasons,
Yes, yes,
and they
they be
lash
having their
out.
own personal reasons.
Yeah, and as long as I know that I didn't cause your outlook on life, I don't have a problem standing tall by what I stand by. I didn't do that to you, but God bless you, God keep you, and I hope you get better because
Yes, wish
there's
her
some
well.
issues. There's some issues that need to be addressed, and not
Yep.
just her, not just her. There's several out here that need some help, and all we can do is just keep them lifted up. You know, we don't have to
Oh
dabble in
yeah,
it.
Candy. But I heard that she's wanted. Yeah, they put that out there. She has
Yeah,
some warrants.
yeah,
That's what her concern should be instead of trying to interview those saying what do you know about Angie Stone? What no, you need to go worry about that paperwork that's on you while you in hiding.
yeah.
That's why people know she ain't finna go out doing no type of events or none of that. So,
Mhm.
cause she she already know what can go
Yeah,
down
yeah.
with that. So I
Well, again, YouTube
like peace.
is a life. YouTube provides a lifestyle. It provides a platform, and it also provides um, people's ability to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see people constantly on YouTube like that, that means that this is their main gig.
Yeah.
You know, um, I'm not saying all of them are like that, but I'm just saying many people
It's
rely
a
on
it's
YouTube.
it's a quite a bit of them.
Yeah,
When
I
you
mean, I'll
see,
be the first to say I ain't into I haven't gotten into the big money yet, and I may
mm-hmm.
never, but I thank God for the job I do have. It pays the bills.
Yes,
I
that's all
thank
that
God
matters.
for, same thing with my husband. My husband is a pastor, but he still got his job.
Yes. Oh
That's
yeah, because you
because
say he's a
yeah,
janitor
he
at
works,
the
he's a
school.
custodian for the school district.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because, spiritually, he doesn't look at pastorship as a job. It's a calling. It's a different
Yes,
thing, you know. But hey, I'm gonna work my job until the wheels fall off. And
I know that's right.
I came into YouTube as a retirement plan. Any money I make from YouTube, I'm gonna throw it in a pot and let it grow. And when I'm ready to retire, that's what will be my retirement because I don't have a retirement right now. And the way things are looking these days, we may not even have Social Security by the time I retire.
Oh, oh,
So
yes, especially what. But then it's still already we done still already done paid into it though.
exactly,
That's
and
the
that's the
thing
part I
about it.
don't
We done
understand.
pay, and to be honest, it's like you were paying out more for that than anything, federal and
Absolutely,
state.
yeah. But they've been dipping in it over the years. They've been dipping
Yes,
in that money, and
yes,
now it's almost gone. And
mm,
people are living longer than they were 10, 20 years ago. You
right,
know, your average person is living to be 70, 80, 90 years
yeah,
old, you know. And back in the day that, some people lived as far as 60, 70, and they were gone. And they had that money to carry on to the other people that were still uh alive and living off of that. That's why they keep changing these retirement systems as well, from PERS 1 to PERS 2 to PERS 3. Then they start investing the money, you
mm-hmm.
know. It's a hot mess.
I'm glad
But
my dad got a chance to see
yeah,
at least some years of his retirement
yes,
because he retired back in 2004.
uh-huh,
So he just passed away in 2021. So
uh-huh,
at least he got a chance to see, you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Uh what 17 years
yep,
of
yep,
his retirement, pension, whatever he had going on, he got a chance.
yes.
You know,
And
so
that's all we can all ask for is to
yes.
be able to enjoy the last of our years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to work up until my dying day. I really don't. I want to enjoy my husband. I want to be able to maybe travel some places and, just take it
And
easy.
then Auntie Mickey, they trying to change the age on that too now.
Hmm.
Did I hear they said 69 or something now?
I heard 70.
Oh, is it 70? I know.
I heard 70, but I might be wrong.
I know it's
But
somewhere. It's
they're
somewhere
they're
up there.
requiring people to work longer
Yes.
so they can contribute longer, but I'm still not understanding how they can justify taking from us and not giving it to us when it's time for us to retire. I just don't get that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't understand that. So,
Oh yeah. They want they trying to build, but I just ooh.
but now and again, maybe I shouldn't even go there
Hi Texas
with
Jay.
this. Yeah, oh, outside looking in said I heard 55. Well, if that's the case, then maybe I need to start signing up right now.
I ain't here no 55.
I didn't need, well, I know that you can retire at 55, you just don't get your full benefits from
Oh yeah,
Social
you ain't
Security.
even gonna get nowhere near, cause they have a problem with you doing it at 63.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Exactly. But
well,
again,
55.
we live in a time where and maybe I was about to say it, maybe I shouldn't even go there with this statement, but I'm going to say it anyway. We've been so quick to throw our money over to other countries
Mm-hmm.
when we got people right here that
Yes,
need help.
yes, veterans and all.
Veterans especially.
Yes,
Those of those men and women that have fought for this
they should
country
have been number one.
deserve our utmost
Yes,
respect and
utmost respect.
dedication to the rest of their lives.
Mm-mm.
Deanne said, Auntie Mickey, you will still get something. It's the generation born in the 80s and forward that may not have SS. However, if they privatized Social Security, the younger generation will be paying in it on themselves. Wow.
Mm.
Well, you know what? My head, I can't even wrap my head around all this anymore. I really can't.
But my
I ain't
thing
gonna be
about it, sure, how much would you get now with
exactly.
the inflations,
Yeah.
the uh,
Yes.
the
They deserve
living,
our utmost respect.
food?
But we were throwing money over there in Ukraine,
Yes,
and it
money
was
just
like
going
a
everywhere.
blank check every time, a blank check, and we got people homeless on the streets right here that could have used some of that money at least. I
They
don't.
said then say the age is 62,
Uh-huh.
but the full retirement is 68 and 70. Ooh, see,
Okay.
we're
So yeah.
being ripped off. See, that's what
So
I'm saying.
technically, I'm if I got this right, DN, am I eligible to retire right now at 62? But for the full amount of Social Security, it has to be 68 to 70.
Mm-hmm. For the full amount. I knew I
Okay.
heard something about I knew it was past 65 that they was
Uh-huh.
changing it to. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Okay, Fonda said, yeah, they will be indentured servants as opposed to slaves. Y'all know, New World Order. Mmm. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the
Wow.
truth? That's we living in some scary times. That's all I'm gonna
It
say.
is.
And when they start passing out chips to put in our, y'all keep it. I'll have to go hungry and die. I'm sorry. That mark of the beast, because it's been said that the mark of the beast is gonna come to us in the form of a chip, and they've been working on that. They got a chip that they can put under your skin right
Oh,
now,
yes.
and you don't even have to. Of course, we already come into a cashless society for one thing, to where they're not going to be accepting cash very soon. Everything is on debit card, credit card right now. Just said they saying for my age group, we expected to retire at 72. Yes, Jess is
Ooh,
43. So is my son. Yes. There are more people on SSI than before. The people who receive SSI don't pay taxes, only the SSR
exactly. Yeah.
SSDI. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm telling
You
you, we're
right,
living in
you
some
sure
hard
is.
times. Very, very scary times. And I'm just waiting for them to pull that chip thing that they want to put in people. And you go through the check stand and you just brush over it with your hand, and it rings everything up or tallies everything up as opposed to a card. I think personally
Wow.
that's going to be the mark of the
Cause
beast.
they already said the paper check thing was finna
Yep.
stop. That's finna end.
Yep.
Everybody have to have some type of account.
Yes. So again, that mark of the beast plays into that, because that mark is going to be necessary to survive in terms of being able to purchase foods, uh, gas, whatever you need to buy. You won't be able to purchase anything to survive unless you have that mark. And that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. But
Yes.
then, some have said we already have the mark and the beast right here. Right here.
Oh well. Yeah.
But
I can
again,
believe that.
it's believable. It's
Yes.
believable. But I'm still a firm believer that God prevails. God prevails over all, you know.
Elizabeth could be right. She say, "Well, the public doesn't trust TV any longer. It's YouTube.
True. Where's that? I don't see that.
It's up when you
Is
go
it up
up
here?
some. Yeah. Yes. That because it's like I don't even really look at regular TV anything.
Me
No, I
either.
go straight to on YouTube.
Exactly. And I was one that I was always on Netflix, AMC, CNN. Oh, I was a CNN nut up until about a year and a half ago. And when I got on YouTube, I got sucked right in. So I'm definitely aware that people are not watching mainstream TV the way they used to. Part of the reason is because they ain't been telling us everything. They've been telling us what they want us to know.
What they want us to know.
And you notice they had very little to say about Angie.
Yes. That yeah.
Very, very, very little.
That's what I was talking about. You didn't hear it like that at all.
Mm-mm, not at all. They just skim over the surface, and they tell you what they think you can digest, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot deeper than what mainstream society is telling us about. They're not covering the real demonic side of things.
Right.
Even with the Diddy thing, they won't let us see the Diddy trial because it's federal. But don't you think we should be able to see that trial
Yes.
as as a
Right.
at least as
So they
Americans?
not going to show the trial?
No. It's a
Oh,
federal trial, and they will not air federal trials, only state trials. So you were able to see Young Thug, because that was state of
state.
state of Georgia.
Mm.
Um, what was the other one that they recently aired?
Oh,
Uh,
so that case, Lil Durk's neither, cause it's federal.
yeah, that the one that's with Rihanna. What's his name?
Oh, ASAP Rocky.
Yes, ASAP Rocky. They aired
Yeah.
that. You know, they
Hmm.
aired Young Thug every day. I was stuck to the TV on that one. But
Yeah, ASAP
they will
Rocky.
not air
Yeah.
the Diddy case because that is a federal
And
trial,
then
a
that's why I
federal
say
case.
I think that'd be the same with Lil Durk, cause I think, yeah, he on federal charges.
Hmm. But don't you think? Now, I shouldn't even say this, but do you think it's possible that they're really pushing that because there might be some federal folks that might be exposed?
Hmm.
because there's a lot of powerful people involved in this case with Diddy.
Yes.
People that we haven't even heard their
Yep.
names.
They know the list. They got the list.
They got the list.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's some cover up in that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Elisa, CNN got me through COVID. That's right.
Yes,
Yes, Norva said the
it's
same.
some very powerful names.
Yep, there's some very powerful people involved with that Diddy case,
And
and just like the
I
Angie's,
wonder what he been in there saying.
okay, but just like the Angie Stone case has gotten to become a deep, deep rabbit hole. Imagine how deep that rabbit hole is with Diddy.
Ooh,
We talking about 30 some odd years of
yes.
all
Very deep.
kinds of stuff that we
Very
haven't
deep.
yet heard about.
And
Man,
I'm
oh
like,
man,
it was just
man, oh
so
man.
unbelievable. I'm like, wow.
Here's something else. I mean, they say that there's a lot of people are going to go down behind that trial. And ain't no telling what he's saying.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, like you
There's
said.
no telling what he's saying.
Yeah, I heard one content creator. He's really good. Shout out to Ticket TV. I like watching his platform because he's a lot like Quiet Storm in that he he researches court documents. He don't just gossip. You know what I'm saying? He's not a gossipist or gossip columnist. He comes forward with actual documentation for us to listen to and analyze. And if I'm not mistaken, his platform was saying that there had been some discussion about God, what was it? Diddy denied it, and then found out later that there was more information on him that he didn't know about before he turned down this uh I don't know what it was, plea deal something, I don't know. Don't get me to lying. But he
Yeah,
found
be
out
what the
after the
plea, yeah,
fact. Yeah.
plea bargain.
Yeah, it had
Mm-hmm.
something after the fact. He found out, and it was one of those things where, maybe I shouldn't have jumped the gun. But I personally, I think he's gonna have to roll over on some people just to make it out of there alive, if nothing else.
Mm-mm, but cause honey, he got some age on him now.
He
So
got some age and he's got some enemies because if he
yes,
bumps his gums too much, let the wrong person get in that jail where he's at. Ain't ain't that much protection in the world.
yep,
Not that people get paid off every day in jails to look the
yes,
other way.
yes,
Look at
yes,
Jeff Epstein.
yep,
Look
yep.
at Jeff Epstein. So, if they could get to Jeff Epstein with this corny uh, unalivement he did to himself with a sheet while he's, hanging from a bunk, the top bunk.
Mm-hmm.
He's tall enough to stand up and not choke anymore. I mean, really? That wasn't a self unalivement. I'll put it like that. That's my own
Right.
opinion.
Yeah.
Somebody did that to him. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
believe. Somebody did that to him. Cameras were not on when it happened.
And that's why
Uh,
they said Diddy has started being white. Baby, he ain't saying it all yet. And then he scared what they said. See, he scared to eat and do all
yep,
this different stuff
yep,
and losing weight in there. Cause
yep. And what a shock to the system to be able to live a certain lifestyle for so long, and
yes,
suddenly you down at the bottom of the barrel in terms of
at the
lifestyle.
bottom of the barrel.
Isn't that something?
Then see it coming, I guess.
Didn't see. Who's to say arrogance, uh, misjudgment?
I always said he acted a little arrogant to
You
me.
know, a
I always
little.
said even Steve Harvey, he always acted arrogant.
Mm.
Fonda
But you
say
know,
he better roll quick. He seems to be half a life.
Yeah. Fonda, you right about that. You right about that.
Yeah.
Holly said when he did that interview, somebody was ordering food in the background. Tell him he sound like Dante now. Yeah, I agree with Oh God, where did it go? Outside looking in said Angie Stone case is a catalyst. I
Yeah, I
honestly
was just
agree with
reading that.
that. I really do. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Um,
All this stuff that Quiet Storm able to be, oh my,
yeah,
all them dot connections,
yes.
connecting the dots.
But he does that. He's an
Yes, like
investigative
what he was showing
journalist.
today. I'm like, what?
Yep, yep. Vonda said if the you know what's don't get you, the lifestyle will. The DRUGS. And that's true.
Oh yeah.
When you have access to those things in that large quantity, and in that, I never knew that you could pour a substance into baby oil and lose your mind. Never
Into
did.
what? Into what?
A
Auntie Mick?
substance. I can't say the word
I
on
know.
YouTube, but to pour an illegal substance into baby oil and rub it
Woo.
on your body, and it makes you incoherent. I'll put it
What?
like that. That's what
Because
was in
that's
that
what they
baby
said.
oil.
That's why he had all that, right?
Yes.
I
It
was
wasn't
wondering,
it
but
wasn't
ooh,
necessarily
I didn't hear that
lubrication
part. But
for
what?
other things. It was a means to get people.
Hi, loving myself. She
Hey,
spoke to
beautiful
you
auntie,
too,
I
Aunt.
really enjoyed the live last night. This is the kind of content I like. And hey, my sister Shy Town,
Shut
much
town.
love. Yes,
Hey, much love.
yes. Well, you know what? We've been on here for 2 hours already.
It
And
had been two
I don't know
hours.
about y'all. Do y'all want to hang around a little bit longer? Or
Hey, it's fine with me. I do my
I'm
little
cool
stuff
with
on the
it.
computer.
If y'all want to hang out a little while longer,
Ah,
put a one in the chat. We can do another 30 minutes if you like.
congratulations, Black. And there's definitely
Fonda said he was
something to
jailhouse
recover.
rocking before he got locked up. The baby oil.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. He was jailhouse rocking before he got locked up.
Uh-huh.
The baby.
Sheena, SNK, Fonda.
Right, Fonda.
All right, loving myself.
I didn't never hear that part that AT Mickey just said.
You never heard that?
No,
Girl, they was putting what was it? Ketamine, I think. Maybe
no.
maybe I'm wrong. They were putting ketamine in the baby oil
I
and
thought they was.
rubbing
I
people
thought they
down
was
with it.
using it for some other purpose. I know that part.
Man,
Wow.
ain't that something? All that baby oil,
Ooh,
people were
baby.
like, "Wow, you sure was freaky." No, that was something more than that.
Hey, I did not hear that part.
Yes, yes.
I just knew I heard about because then they showed the picture without.
Uh-huh.
I say, what
Uh-huh.
is going on?
All in that bathroom, just lined up. Just lined
Yes.
up.
Then the fans at Nerd, they took the picture. I say,
Man.
I'll
And
be
some of the things that's been,
look
just
outside.
pouring out of this case is just outside looking says slip and sliding.
Slip and slide.
But the
Now that's
stories
what
that
I
I'm
thought though.
hearing,
That's what I thought outside looking there, but
yeah,
Auntie
it
Mickey just said no. It was being used. I think it was being used for both.
it was both. It was both. Yes, there was. I'm not saying that it was just one or just the other. It was both. It was definitely both. They
She
were
ain't gonna say
selling it.
they were selling it. No.
Well, isn't that now? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't one of his charges? No, maybe I'm wrong. Some kind of trafficking.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
yep, it was on
aphrodisiac. Yes, man. All I know is they can
Oh,
keep all that. They can keep
Ooh,
all that. It drives you nuts. And all those videos that they have, all that footage that they have, he sunk
yes.
himself.
Like you was
He
that dumb to
sunk
keep all
himself.
that stuff around.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like, were you crazy? You kept all the evidence.
Yep, yep.
You got to be some slow. That was
I hope, I hope
that was
somebody
some
nefarious
that
business.
that was some drugs had them like not right.
It's gonna
You want
definitely
never
be a
to be
very
keeping no
interesting trial, to say the
evidence.
least. It's gonna be a very interesting trial. I can't wait. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be front and center,
I just
watching
hate they not
whatever
gonna
the
televise.
news
They not
says.
gonna show it because you said by his feds.
Hmm. Yeah, I wish we could literally watch it, but I'm sure that there will be a lot of reporting on it because that is like the
Oh yeah,
case of the
food is an
century.
addiction too.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. Holly says, you know what's funny? Several people have mentioned food as being addictions. I'm a
Yep.
struggling bodybuilder, female bodybuilder at that. You know, Holly, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, somebody
We
have been
didn't
put
touch
in the
on that.
chat about food being addiction.
Yes. Yeah, a
Sure is.
lot of people eat for
It's one
comfort
for me too.
reasons. Yeah.
Why I'm gonna keep having a big back. Then this
Oh.
food in Chicago, these restaurants,
Comfort. People
them
look at,
police
and you know it,
stands,
especially in the culture, you just, it's hard to walk
yes,
away
they
from,
love people
man, some of that
when
homemade
they come to
macaroni and cheese.
Chicago. They stop at our Maxwell Polish stands.
uh
Man, they get the Maxwell Polish.
mm.
There's a quite a bit of some good restaurants. I say, baby, my back gonna stay. I'll keep messing around. I was just talking about this popcorn joint that they
Uh-huh.
got. Now our main popcorn place was Garrett's, but to me they fell off. But it's
Uh-huh.
this other black owned popcorn. They got different flavors.
Wow.
Dill pickle,
Uh-huh.
ranch. They got all different types of flavor popcorn. Oh, and it's so
Oh,
good.
way.
I
I
said,
love me
see,
some
that's why the back
popcorn
ain't
too.
gonna go down. I
Uh-huh.
think about that popcorn today. And they
Wow.
chips. But they
Yeah.
got so many, they got quite a bit of different flavors.
Yeah. Holly said, people see me and see the muscles and think I look so great, but they don't know the daily struggle that I have with food. They have no idea. Sweets is the
Sweets.
worst. There's nothing for me to go on a binge. It's nothing for me to go on a binge.
Yeah.
I need to start using this mouse and just highlight. I'll put that up so y'all can read it for
Oh yeah,
yourself.
TT. That's what Auntie Mickey was just saying. Yeah, that about when it's a federal case. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
She
don't
just
allow
said
cameras.
federal courts.
But this is the one time they should make an exception. I'm
Yeah, they
sorry.
should make an exception this
They
one
really
time.
should.
Because
Why are
everybody
y'all
want to be
hiding
stuck in the
this?
camera.
Why are y'all hiding this? What do y'all hide?
They don't want us to see them other big
Some of them
steppers that's
judges,
involved.
huh? Some of them
They
judges or
they don't want
prosecutors or
nobody to
whoever.
see that.
I did I did a video
Texas
last
J.
month.
Texas J was laughing at me. I guess when I said my back gonna stay big.
I thought about my grandmother when you said that because she had one of them booties that just here was her back and then her butt went.
It's like your back take away what you really got back.
And I told my grandmother, I said, Mama, stand still so I can sit my cup right there and just walk
Let me
away
check.
so I can watch you carry it away for me. And she used to say, Oh Lord, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. I just thought that was the funniest thing. You have a shelf butt.
Ooh, wait.
I told her she had a shelf butt, and she
All right,
did.
okay.
You could place a small cup on her behind, and she could walk and carry it away with her.
Uh-huh.
I said, Lord have mercy. Now that is a behind. Y'all need to loan me some of that behind.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. But yeah,
Let me leave out.
I did it was more of a reaction video off of another content creator who reacted off of another content creator.
Uh-huh.
And the content creator that I reacted off of was oh god, Music Network. Oh god. I love this guy. He's older like us. Gray hair right here. He's real sweet guy, musician, and he does reactions off of different videos and stuff. And as he was in Storm's chat last week, if I'm not mistaken, Music
Mm.
Network. I'm gonna have to look it up, but he did a reaction off of this young white lady named I don't know her name, but she did something about Diddy. It was a gentleman who is currently sitting in jail, and he's been fighting to get out because he was set up by a whole lot of people that work for Diddy in the judicial system and the police system, that kind
Mm.
of thing. And he was pretty much framed for some things. And the
Right.
bottom line is that this gentleman sued Diddy for $100 million because he had invested in Bad Boy Records and he didn't get his just due, I guess. And he ended up suing Diddy. Diddy didn't show up for court, so the guy won by default. And then I guess, from what I understand, Diddy got upset and said, "No, I'm not paying this. You know what?" He set up some things to have this guy thrown in jail, and three individuals came forward. Uh,
Mm.
God, I believe one or two police officers, and a prosecuting attorney came forward out of Detroit. This happened in Detroit. And if you give me a minute, I can actually pull up.
Well,
I may be able to pull up this. I encourage you to
see, that's why
look
everything coming back on them.
look up this information. This is something else I have got to find. Um, God, what is that man's name? Maybe if I look at my own videos, it'll jar my memory. Uh, let's see. This was just before I started coming up with uh, Quiet Storm. And let's see. This this was quite a man. I couldn't believe it. This young lady was really on point. She's one of those legal eagles. She's one of those legal eagles that really deep dive into court cases.
Okay.
And let's see.
Cause you be having some of them like uh
Yes.
them college students too. They do things. That's how this one guy here. Dang, how
Okay.
many years he just spent? Oh
Let
my
me see.
goodness.
Okay, the video I did. Let me get this off the screen real quick. Uh, I've got to go up. There we go. The video I did, it's in my video library. It's called The Diddy Scandal Nobody is Talking About. Okay? Let me see if I've got anything in the description that might
Okay.
uh, give further information. It's the case of Derek Lee Cardell Smith. Okay, let me read
Mm.
this to you. The case of Derek Lee Cardell Smith and the various law enforcement, prosecutors, judges, and coerced victims coming forward to attest that they all have worked at the behest of Diddy in order to keep this man unjustly incarcerated so he won't get the money he's entitled to as an investor of Bad Boy Records.
Mm.
I have this video in my library. Uh, it's called The Diddy Scandal Nobody is Talking About. Instead of trying to find all this other information, if you could just go to my library and watch that video, it's amazing. The
Mm.
information that this woman pulled up, court documents that
Uh-huh.
she pulled up, and I did this video um, Actually, I'm trying to see did the
Wow.
if I did it off of her content directly or if it was the music network. Both networks, both content creators are awesome. Awesome. Um, the music network, the music recording network is the channel that I saw this initially off of. So if you guys get a chance, go check him out.
And
He's
see,
really good.
and how long he's been incarcerated? Ain't he make
Uh, I'm not sure. It's been years.
well,
It's
you
been
know what?
years.
Even they got them other lawsuits against him. That person should be able to get his money off top
Right.
because he
Texas J
been
said Uncle
won
Mike. That's his Uncle Mike is on the music recording network. Now the young lady that initially did
that. Uh-huh.
this thing. Oh God,
Yeah,
I
because
wish I
his
could
stuff
remember
was
his.
settled and he been was owed that money. He
Yes.
should be, even though it's new lawsuits that's now, but that
Uh-huh.
that lawsuit need to get taken care of.
Absolutely. He actually won
Yeah, that's what
that
I'm
3
saying.
million and then the judge pulled it back,
Even before Cassie, but
took it away
lawsuit
from him.
and all that.
Sheena said Derek Lee Carmelo Smith was his name. Does anyone know the content that content creator that initially brought this to the forefront? It's a little white girl. She wears these little uh,
Mm.
ears on top of her head. Real cute little. Oh God, what was her? What is her platform's name? I'm so sorry, man. That's gonna drive me nuts now. You know
Elisa,
what?
Elisa, no, Garrett is not. Honey, Garrett. Popcorn fell off, baby. No, there's some other popcorn places way better out south here on the south side, way better. It's a black-owned company off of 79th and Kersey. They got the bomb on all the popcorns, different flavors.
Uh,
Gary's fell off. She said,
wow.
I just see, she said, Gary is the no. Gary fell off. You
Her
got a
po-
couple of companies on this south side, outbeats Garrett.
her channel is called That Surprise Witness. Y'all write that down. She is awesome.
Okay, let me write it down. Wait. Auntie Nikki. Let me go and write this down. And
And
just
all this took place in Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yes, Sheena, you're right. He claimed that Diddy, Drugged, and sexually assaulted him at a party in 1999, was it? Or 98, Sheena? It started from there.
Wow.
But the name of this young lady, her
Let me
platform is
go.
called That Surprise Witness.
Okay, what
Her
he
platform
on
is called,
he on YouTube?
yes, she's a YouTube content creator.
Okay, let
And
me put
her
that.
platform is called That Surprise Witness. She covers court cases.
Oh, that's surprise witness.
Yes.
Is it that
And
or that's?
that, THAT,
Okay.
That Surprise Witness TV. That Surprise Witness TV. And the other content creator I want to shout out is Uncle Mike at the music,
Uncle Mike.
yep, his platform's name. Let me pull up my subscription. The Music Recording Network. He does a lot of coverage.
Oh
He
yeah. I be
yeah.
watching him.
Yeah, I like him. I really
Oh
do.
yeah, I be watching him. I was
Yeah,
actually
he's so
watching.
down to earth.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's really down to earth. I really
yeah.
like him.
He got the glasses.
Yes, yes. I watch him at least once a day because I just get a joy out of watching him because he's peaceful like us.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, he's
yeah.
peaceful like us. I think if he was in our chat right now, he
I
would
knew
give.
I heard that name
Yes,
before.
I
Yeah,
think he
I
would have a
watches
good
him.
time.
He wear have
Yeah.
on his little hat and his glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you guys get a chance to look at that video in my my library, it's the Diddy scandal no one is talking about.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's man, it has I'm wondering why they haven't been talking about this in mainstream media, to be honest with you.
What
And
you
this
say you
man,
have? What you say you have it at, Auntie Mickey?
I have a video in my library covering that very case. Uh it's the Diddy it's the Diddy case no
So
one is talking
do
about.
you go on your post?
Yeah, you can go to my channel and go into my
Okay.
videos and look for the title is the Diddy case no one is talking about, something along those
Okay.
lines. And
I
it's not
wonder.
a
I
very
wonder why YouTube had changed that because everybody had got used to saying, your community wall. Then they switched up and changed it to like I think what it say posts.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the community posts. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is an actual video. It's a
Okay.
reaction video and it's called the Diddy scandal nobody is talking about. And there's judges implicated, uh
Ooh.
police officer, a prosecuting attorney
But
is in on this.
everything though catching up with them now though.
Diddy, there
Hmm.
Diddy's power is very far reaching,
Yeah.
farther than we ever imagined. And this is a very good example
He had
of
all
how
this
he is.
power, all this power.
Way too much power. Remember that scene in Malcolm X when Malcolm stood there in front of his boys and they, lined up and he just pointed his finger that way and they
Uh
turned
huh.
and they marched and that one cop said that's just too much power for one man to have. Well, that here, Diddy, that's just too much power for one man to have. And he misused it.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he misused it. And there's no telling who else he gonna bring down with him in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've been going after Jay Z for a while. I don't know what Jay Z's been doing. I don't want to put my mouth on him because he ain't in jail. Diddy is. So,
Maybe that's
whatever
because
happens.
he think he trying to stay out the way.
Yeah,
But see, if they got that list right, I don't think I don't think he'll be able to stay out the way long.
yeah,
Because they were claiming that Beyonce was trying to untie her funds for his.
yeah. So
So I don't know.
we will see. We will see. Cause that platform, that trial starts May the 5th, I believe. That's in a few days.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's in
What's
a few
that?
days.
Tuesday
Yeah. Let me look at my
or no
calendar.
Monday?
Let
Monday.
me check.
Because tomorrow the first we got this month go up to 30 days.
Okay, so yeah, Monday.
So
I would
Monday the
think Monday.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot this
Oh,
April.
today
We
is
got
the
30
30th
days.
already? Ooh,
Look,
wee.
Elisa said, okay, Chantel, tell me the other popcorn name, please. What the Elisa,
You gonna
what
be a
you talking about? The
popcorn
popcorn
influencer. You
places?
need to tell them to give you a popcorn deal because
Ah,
you've been promoting their popcorn. They owe you some money.
let me Google the one that's on 79. So that's the one too. Got all the different flavors. It was
Mm.
one on. It was a spot on 47 in King Drive. In that where Uncle Joe's jerk place was at upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But Uncle Joe's ain't upstairs no more. But it was a popcorn place in there, so they might have been one of the popcorn places that moved in one of them locations. Let
Ah.
me see. Lisa, so you'll know. Let me see. Popcorn place near
It's not
79.
tender.
Let me see. In Kesey. 79 Kesey. They even delivers too at this popcorn.
Do they do
Oh,
DoorDash?
enjoy Acorn Gourmet popcorn.
Okay. Enjoy a corn gourmet.
Yes.
Okay.
3460 West 79th Street. You can
Mm.
actually go on their website,
Uh-huh.
Alisa, and look, and yeah, they got a website,
Mm. I
and
wish
see
I was
all
down
the
there right
different
now.
flavors they got. Honey, you will
Mm-hmm.
fall in love with that pop. Then it's another popcorn place. Let me see. Let me see. And they are black owned.
Mm-hmm.
No, they a lot of people know Ted Garris fell off. A lot of people say that.
Mm.
See, a lot of people here, Auntie Mickey, they used to that Garrett popcorn
Uh-huh.
downtown and
Uh-huh.
all that be so cheesy.
Mm.
Ooh, it be so
That
ooh.
sounds so good. I gotta
Ooh.
find me a spot here in
They
little
be
old
having
Seattle.
the
Mm.
cashew corn, the pecan
Ooh, wee.
can yes, yes, with the
Is
actual
it kind of
cashew.
like fiddle faddle? Something like that?
Yeah, but it's better. It's not
Better.
as hard like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you talking like them brittles,
Yeah. Like peanut
whatever they
brittle type.
yeah.
I hear you.
Uh-huh. Nah,
Well,
honey.
maybe one day if I can get down there
That's
to
why
Chicago,
the back gonna stay like I keep on food and all
maybe
that.
one day me and my
Oh
husband
Lord.
can pay Chicago a little trip down there one day
Yeah, we got
and come
it's some
find it.
spots. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we know they when I say that's right by the E-way too, like our Maxwell Polishes.
Uh-huh.
It was one move. It was somebody had them one up in Atlanta. I seen. I guess they came here from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sheena asked me, Auntie, what state are you in? I'm in Washington State, Sheena. I'm way up here on the other side of Canada. Canada's on the other side of me, I should
Heck,
say.
what's that other popcorn spot in the hundreds? See, they make sure they come up with Gary's downtown. No, no, no,
Excuse
baby.
me.
We done found spots better than Gary's. Mm-mm. And see, Gary, that name just been around for years and years and years.
Mm, mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing. But people don't know it's been other places better now.
Right, right. Wow.
Now, I understand they've been around, but no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Is the other one the Popcorn Factory? Let me
Girl, I'm gonna
see.
have to go pop me some popcorn when I'm done with this.
That look
Oh,
that ain't even the popcorn you talking about. I think I got me one more bag. That kettle. I
I
like the
gotta work
kettle.
out this bacon burger I got from Burger King. My husband
Ooh.
brought me. I gotta work that out, but after I'm done with that, I think I'm gonna have to go get me some popcorn downstairs.
And she go check them spots out. She
You can
gonna
barely hear me, Takesha.
oh probably because you been a little low, but see I was able
Well,
to
I
hear
had
you.
moved my mic because I thought that my mic was causing that problem, but I understand it wasn't me. It was the young lady that was up here with us. Once she left, the sound went away.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was me, and I didn't bring my mic back in. I'm sorry. Ooh, and Elisa says cheesy and warm. Dang.
This, but you definitely got to go check out them other spots. I'm trying to find that other spot for you,
uh,
cause it's out here out south too.
uh-huh.
Want to say the popcorn factory?
I gotta check it out. I gotta
Let me
check out
see.
something because
And I told
man.
they ships too.
Hmm.
Yeah, they ships.
I think there's a popcorn, some kind of a popcorn place here in the Seattle area, and I never really went and checked them out before. So I may have to do me a little Google search because y'all
Oh
got me
yeah.
feeding.
This other one they got the ranch flavor, white cheddar,
Oh my
the
goodness.
chocolate peanut butter,
Mm.
mystery flavor. Let me see. Celebration,
Mm-hmm.
confetti, cinnamon sugar. See, yeah, this I think that one the popcorn factory.
Uh huh.
I believe this one. Alicia,
Well,
did you
ladies,
get the one I said that's on Kezi? It's on
who?
west of 79th off of Kezi.
Who you
Then I
talking to?
said the
Somebody in the
name too,
chat?
didn't I? Yep, I had said the name. I ain't put it in the chat, but the enjoy a corn gourmet. That's did you get that one? They they got a 4.5 ratings too.
Huh.
That one that I was talking about on 79th, they address 3460 West 79th Street. But go on their website. Go on their website and check out all the different flavors they got.
Uh huh.
And
Okay.
you can check out their reviews too. But yeah.
Uh huh. Well,
They got
ladies
they
and
got the
gentlemen.
they got the caramel,
Mm-hmm.
cashew. They got hot deal pickle. They got the cheese can. They got the turtle.
Yeah.
They got jalapeno,
Wow.
hot and creamy dill pickle,
Uh huh.
salt and vinegar, pecan caramel. Let me see.
Wow. I'm gonna definitely
What?
I'm gonna go down here and pop me some popcorn after I eat this. But in the meantime, you know what, y'all? I gotta hop off of here now, cause it's
Okay.
we've
It
been
was
going
nice
at it
coming
for two
up.
hours 37 minutes, and I've been loving every minute of it. But I got some
Yes.
stuff I gotta take care of too,
Okay.
and I don't want to keep y'all up all night. But I really appreciate y'all being here with me. Y'all made my day, honestly. Cause man, the beginning of this stream, I was so disgusted. I ain't gonna
Oh, I
lie.
know, I know.
I was
Cause
so
I seen when you
disgusted.
put in quiet storm chat, like I'm out.
Yeah,
Cause at first I was finna type in the chat like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Ain't you
I was
Mickey?
like, you know what? Before I start flipping out in this chat, I better go, because when he called me up there, he pulled me up there. It was fine for the first 5 seconds. I didn't hear anything but him, and then I heard him repeat the same thing, and then I heard my repeat. I'm like, dang, it's doing it anyway. I ran this thing to Best Buy yesterday before I went live, and I had
Right.
them go through my whole laptop to find out why I'm getting this echo back from my microphone. And
Okay.
they supposedly resolved the issue. When I came in today,
Mm-hmm.
everything was fine. He pulled me up, and it seemed like it was going to be okay until 5 seconds passed and it popped up again. I'm like, dang.
Oh, you see what Takesha? Oh, okay, Takesha. I'm sorry because Auntie Mickey having some low volume problem with her. That's probably why you can barely hear her.
Right.
But to say that I'm loud, it's not that I'm loud. It's that you can hear me better because of my sound. But Auntie Mickey's sound is just kind of low because
I
we
had to
thought it
move it
was something
away.
like wrong with her mic. Her mic.
Hmm.
So it's not that I'm loud like that, or I don't. Maybe I guess because you can hear me better.
I
But
I hear you normally. I don't.
yeah, but
You're
yeah, she
not
put
extra
in
loud
here
in my
she's
ear.
loud,
Hmm.
and I can barely hear Auntie Mickey. Wow, some people.
Well, that's no reflection on you. That's my mic. It was. it was it was too far away. That's why she could barely hear me. So I
Yeah.
I don't think that was meant directed towards you. So, but I'm gonna let y'all.
Yeah, she
Uh
did say that. She said I'm loud, that she can barely. Yeah. But that's why I was just trying to explain to her,
huh.
like, what was going on. I thank you so much, Auntie Mickey, from
Thank
having
you for
me up
coming up
here.
with me, my co-host.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, you guys. Have a
See, TT
wonderful
said I
evening.
sound normal. So TT said
Okay,
you sound normal. See, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying.
child, you sound fine. You sound
Good
fine
night,
to me.
everyone.
Good
Good
night,
night.
y'all. Take it easy.
Okay,
Peace.
thank you, Auntie Mickey.
Good night,
Peace.
sweetheart.
Okay, good night.
Hey Mickey, hey Mickey. Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you. Oh Mickey, you're so fine.
Hit the like button, it don't cost you nothing.